We're rolling.
Welcome back, everyone. Episode 83 of the
83.
Jiu Jitsu Dummies Podcast.
Look at that. When you do the number 8, you get a 3 over here.
Well, it's
83.
Smart. My name is Milton Campus. I'm a brown belt training out of South Florida. Bo behind the camera.
Hello.
Hey.
Miguel riding shotgun. Shout out to Britt Tavar, our booking manager.
Hey.
What up, Britt? Joining us today is 15-year-old Blue Belt Sophie the Dog Sharp. So she'll be joining us in a few minutes.
The dog.
Support for the Jiu Jitsu Dummies Podcast is brought to you by MANSCAPED. Does it sound weird when I start to talk like that?
Yeah.
It is brought to you. Ladies and gentlemen, support for the Jiu Jitsu Dummies Podcast is brought to you by MANSCAPED.
Yeah, I heard they just came out with that new car, the Model T.
What?
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
America's first car.
We'll do that again. Support for the Jiu Jitsu Dummies Podcast is brought to you by MANSCAPED, the best in men's below-the-waist grooming. MANSCAPED offers precision-engineered tools for the family jewels.
Best line ever.
MANSCAPED recently launched the Ultimate Men's Hygiene Bundle. It's called the Performance Package. We're actually going to be talking about a newer package. We'll talk about it later in the episode.
Another package.
Join over 4 million men worldwide who trust MANSCAPED with this exclusive offer. 20% off and free worldwide shipping with code JJD20. But stay tuned.
I was ready this time, dude.
In the middle of the episode, we're going to talk a little bit more about this kind of new bundle that they have. And we've actually got some new package.
Package technology.
Yeah. We've got some more stuff coming out. I got the reply. I showed you. Got the receipt to the new stuff that they're sending us. So very cool.
Mysterious Milton.
We are also sponsored by... Who's next?
We have a lot of sponsors.
We always do them in the same order.
Is it?
No?
No, I don't know the order.
Black Belt Digital Marketing. I should have just went like that.
You're really good at putting me on the spot when I thought I was prepared.
I know. I
worst.
wouldn't do it if I knew you were going to be prepared.
Hey, you know what? I might not like what happened here, but I do like Black Belt Digital Marketing. I know a guy there. He's pretty cool. You know?
Anything you need to build your business, web design, Google Ads, graphic design, we can help. Check us out at Black Belt Digital Marketing on Instagram.
I know the website.
Or the website.
bbdigitalmarketing.com.
There you go. Request a free online view of your online presence, your total presence.
I didn't even know that was a thing.
Today.
Are you the only one that does that?
No,
or is that
it's a
like
thing.
That's a thing?
It's a software that we use that we pay.
Listen, man, I'm a guy on the outside, so like for you people on the outside, like that's amazing. Like the way he explained it to me.
Like I'll look at your website. I'll send you back a video that talks about your website speed, your overall SEO score, your local
so it's like
SEO
you get to look
score.
Behind the curtain of all your social media presences that you have.
The software pulls everything in and tells you your directories are good or bad, how many reviews you got, and should you be getting more.
So you're like Big Brother for analytics.
Well, the software.
That's kind of scary. Yeah. Okay. Cool. They sell that.
You know, I was watching. I've been watching. I like to throw movies on in the background while I'm working.
Yeah.
Was it called Eagle Eye?
Oh,
Remember that movie Eagle Eye?
Yeah.
I forgot how great. Yeah.
Shia LaBeouf.
Shia LaBeouf.
I love that guy. Hey, Shia LaBeouf, if you want to come on the podcast.
I forgot how good that movie was.
Yeah.
I threw it if I'm working, I'll throw the TV on to just something in the background.
Yeah.
I like noise. And I usually like things that are like a little like something I've seen before, so that I'm not like totally
it's familiar,
yeah. But a little boring, like a little like I don't have to pay attention. I put that on.
It wasn't boring.
I was like, holy, I can't work. I got to turn it off. I've turned it off.
Oh wow,
I'm like this is too good. But I've been like lunch and stuff like that. I'll put it on and I'll watch it. Great movie.
I don't know if you know.
Great movie and what insight into like the world
they
today.
nailed it. And also Shia LaBeouf on it wasn't 106 in Park, but I forget like the radio show. Great freestyle, right? With Sway in the morning.
That was a while ago.
Sway in the morning. Great freestyle.
It's when like the world thought he was going crazy a little bit.
But he's not. Dude, that dude's so legit. I think he's legit.
Some weird things happen there.
I don't care what happened. I like that guy.
So
I hope
we'll talk about it more if he starts doing jiu-jitsu.
Bro, I think he might not do it, but he definitely grapples. I think that's how he hurt. Who was the dude that was playing the Venom? You remember his name? That actor that plays Venom? Before like his shoot, they were like grappling, and he like hurt his shoulder really bad.
Yeah,
so
the guy that played.
Bane. Yeah, I'm blanking on his name. Tom Hardy. There you go. Also legit dude.
Let me tell you something.
He does jiu-jitsu.
Hold on. Yeah, of course. Yeah, that's why I know. I was going to say. You know what I realized? I've been making a point to sleep more, and like I noticed a difference with the recall. I know I knew I wasn't getting enough sleep.
Yeah.
and I've been forcing myself to go to bed earlier and get more sleep, and I'm seeing the difference. I would want to nap every day in the afternoon, and I'm noticing like, oh, I'm not tired. Well, it's 3:00. Why aren't I fading?
Yeah.
I mean, it sounds so obvious, but I guess for so long I would only sleep like 6, maybe 7 hours.
Your parents,
and I'm realizing even with the recall that I'm always complaining about.
Man.
Sleep is important.
Yeah.
Sleep is super
Yep.
important.
Like I'm noticing it with like,
So
oh wait, what's changed where I feel like I'm not losing my recall again?
I'm happy for you, Milton.
You know, so
It's the recovery that you talk about. Just recovery from life every day.
And for real, and the CBD, I really do feel like I'm a different person when I'm taking the CBD. Excuse me.
Yeah.
I know, like you said something
A different
the other day,
person? Like a whole nother different person?
No, but I feel better.
Yeah.
I feel.
How about you feel like yourself?
I feel a little. For me, there have been very specific things that have happened when I've taken CBD, and I talked about when I first took CBD. I talked about like acid reflux went away, and I was just like, this is. Nobody ever mentioned anything.
As you're burping?
I'm burping because of the coffee. Because I had a beer before and the coffee.
Acid reflux.
But I noticed like I'm calmer.
Yeah.
Got to get on the CBD. Got to be doing it consistently for a little bit.
Yeah.
It's not like day one you're just like, oh, everything's better. At least not for me. It takes a little bit of while. It takes a couple of weeks, and then like I slowly feel myself.
Can I give you a different perspective?
Feeling differently.
I don't think you feel like a different person. I think you're learning how to feel like how you're supposed to feel like yourself.
Yeah, that's like going to the doctor and he says, what's that joke about the pain?
Oh yeah, I got that from my ortho.
Yeah,
they use like we're all born with 2 good knees. That one?
No.
Okay.
It's just like what he's like. What's the level of pain? Like doctors say, like what's the level of pain? 0 to 10.
Yeah.
And he's like the normal amount of pain, and the doctor says the normal amount of pain is no pain.
Yeah,
that's the normal amount.
But not if your normal life requires around you doing hard stuff.
Yeah.
Like you think.
Well, that means you're broken. That just means
not
it breaks
broken.
you.
I mean, there's strong dudes that live out in the
you.
woods, and that's all they do every day. They got ache and pains, but I mean, that's their normal.
Breaks you.
Again, I definitely feel better. I'm not just pointing at the neutral zone.
It works.
I do. I feel that it works.
I love it.
I love I'm using the roll on. I'm using the tinctures and the roll on every day.
You're finding your neutral zone.
So, yeah. So
are they next?
Yep. NeutralZoneCBD.com. Get 25% off with code JJD.
There you go.
Super close.
Mysterious Milton?
Where Black Belt Digital Marketing is building the new website for Neutral Zone's new product.
Got it.
So how cool is that?
It's
They're
super
a sponsor, and we're also doing
I wish I knew what it was.
We're building the website.
I'm just joking. I know
it. So I'm excited to kind of roll that out, and it was very cool that they had faith in, like we were helping them just kind of redesign the logo just slightly, like adding some text to the logo.
When are we gonna have them on?
After the wipe. After the new product. Got to cut that out, bro. You got to beep that.
Yeah, we got to do like a legit like radio. Like when the radio's out.
Yeah, you can't. We can't say anything yet. So even though it's coming, well, they've put something online, so it's not.
The palette was blurred out.
No, the sun. They have the sun in a sample.
I thought it was blurred out.
I'm not going to say no. I'll go to their Instagram.
But you don't know. You don't know.
It's really cool to be involved with a company that is growing and expanding and understands marketing. And it's fun to work with
it's also like
that.
when I see their comments.
Yeah.
Like I could just tell that they know the sport.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, the father and
their fans,
and his son both train.
I know, and their fans too. It's like they're like, because obviously when you're like on social media, like it'll show you their comments first because you follow them. Mm-hmm. So it's like when I see their comments on the same, we follow a lot of the same pages, and a lot of the comments are like high level comments. They're not just like
somebody who knows.
Yeah, not just like an emoji. It's always like hands, fire, heart, whatever. It's not that. It's like hey, what do you think about it's like I was like, hey, that's
it's always good to like it's cool when a client, a sponsor, like, hey, we've done this enough. Like, okay, I've done marketing for 15 years now, the podcast for 3. We kind of know what works. Yeah. Like even when we talk about like flow and roll, and instead of just trying to get them t-shirt orders, like getting, talking about them, their products for, gis and no-gi kits. Like now that we understand that, like that's a great way to coach new sponsors, talking about, hey, how do we sell in bulk? Could you white label, not them specifically, but like can you white label? Can you can we get your products in front of gyms and academies so that you're selling 100 T-shirts, 100 gis, 100 a case of CBD,
or something that's repetitive,
versus getting one order at a time. So it's really cool when somebody's like listening to you and going, okay, listen, I'm gonna take your advice and and grow into that, either grow into it or
you know
develop.
what, I will say that I would like more gyms, and I have the pleasure of visiting several gyms. I would like more gyms to have a steady like public supply of like an amenity, whether it be, like tape or like something to like clean yourself, or just something, or even just like a to-go BJJ bag.
I don't think a lot of gyms realize like, okay, like they're selling their own stuff. I get it. You want to make your money on your own stuff, but if you gave me a little bit more, it doesn't have to be a store in your gym, but a place where you have those, like the basics. Like the things that I'll tell you, some nail clippers.
Yeah.
For $1, $2, how many times have I been like, damn, though, that nail broke? Like, I would just say,
bro, how many nail clippers?
And grab a toenail clipper.
You know how many nail clippers we break at home?
Cleaning products.
Also, if it's just convenient, like a nail clipper, we go through, or files, like we go through. Yeah. Here's the thing. Like, I mean, like I said, and you know this about me. I grew up in a house full of women. So it's like, I grew up with always having like nail clippers and like cuticle pushers, and files. Is like, it doesn't stop at nail clipping.
Yeah, I do.
You clip it, it's still jagged.
Yeah.
File. Even if you bite your nails, you need the file.
Yeah.
So that way it's like, it's not, you're always
I'm trying to look pretty.
You're always right.
Yeah, your toenails too for jiu-jitsu.
For sure.
Like, as soon as
I show you?
I feel like I might scratch myself. I'm like, oh yeah,
look
it's
at
time.
This one I got. I mean, the people on camera won't see it, but from the competition, if it's still there, look how big that one was.
Somebody scratch you up?
Look at that.
From a toenail?
Yeah, look, it's from here to down here.
Yeah, it's nasty. Cover that up, man.
Yeah.
All right, so listen, back to Neutral Zone. Shout out to Neutral Zone.
Find your Neutral Zone.
With you guys. Find your Neutral Zone with they've got tons of different CBD products.
What's their Instagram handle?
From the tinctures to the roll-ons to they have
the
massage
lotion,
oils.
the oil.
They do actually also have products for animals.
Yep.
And very specific products for women. They have face masks, lots of cool things. So check them out. It's neutralzonecbd.com. Code JJD for 25% off. And their Instagram is, you're not going to remember.
My Neutral Zone.
Yes.
I know it.
At My Neutral Zone.
You can find them at My Neutral Zone.
You can find them at www.
Oh my gosh. Hey.
All right. So let's shout out. You're wearing the man's t-shirt today. Thank you.
Yeah. Hernandez Claims.
Yeah. You were looking for storm. Are there any storms?
Look, here's the thing, man. I was thinking about this on the way here because I'm wearing this shirt. So like I'm self-conscious about what I wear.
Yeah.
And I was just like, I hope nothing bad happens to anybody ever.
Mm-hmm.
Right? But also is better to have and not need than need and not have.
Okay.
You don't have to do anything with this dude. You just have to have bad luck. When you have bad luck and your house gets jacked up or your business gets jacked up and you happen to live in Texas or Florida, go to Hernandez Claims website, fill out the lead form. He'll reach back out to you. And you're going to have to go through the insurance thing anyways. It's going to have to happen.
Why not have somebody work
on
your behalf?
You know what experience is? It's something you get after you learn a lesson. It's something you get after you need it. That's what experience is. So if you got to go through this shit anyways, pardon my French.
So anybody that's listening to us for the first time, Joy, he's a public adjuster. Yeah. He's somebody that works with your insurance company on your behalf to help settle a claim. He's going to try to get you the most that he possibly can from the insurance company for damage to your home, a down tree.
Don't show up. Don't show up to a knife fight with a spoon.
Yeah,
all right, that's what's happening.
And now, again, we've talked about it a few times. He's also licensed. He's Florida and Texas now.
There you go.
So give him a call. His phone number's on the website. If you're watching us on YouTube, you're going to see the number on the screen.
Yep.
Let the professionals get you the most compensation possible from your insurance company. Check him out at Hernandez Claims on Instagram.
Yep.
Or visit their website.
Hernandez Claims. I don't know.
.com.
I don't know. I don't even say the .com. That was it, so I nailed it.
We can't forget our man. Yes, we can't forget our main man, Sean, over at Flow and Roll. Hands down, the best custom gi and no gi in the business.
I know his Instagram.
Don't believe us. Visit them on Instagram at flow_and_roll. and check out all their custom designs. They work with academies across the country. They're even doing wrestling singlets now. I actually go to him every once in a while for like t-shirt printing.
Yeah.
I sent Neutral Zone over his way.
He's cool.
Like he does other things. He does other printing, but obviously his focus is on the martial arts community and now wrestling too. We got our podcast. He's on their website.
He's a sponsor of ADCC.
He's a sponsor of ADCC.
Check him out.
Yeah, we're going to talk about that more later. We're doing our rash guard. We're going through like a major edit of the rash guard. So because you know why? No, well you know why.
I know. I just love it.
Yeah. We had to. There was an element. Let's show it. There was an element in the shirt that was it had bullets on it. And we didn't think about it until after the shooting in Texas, and we said, yeah, you know what, this would be in poor taste to put it out, especially with his. We didn't realize how in poor taste it would have been with such a big part of Flow and Rolls. Yeah. Their customer base, this children.
Yeah,
we didn't realize it. We caught it. We said, maybe this.
I'm laughing for a completely different reason.
So anyway, we're doing that. We're doing a major edit. Most of the components are still the same. We took your peace symbol idea with the veins on the heart.
That was him. That was Bo.
Was that him?
That was Bo.
We're doing that. That's a part of it. And then we're doing like a different type of peace symbol in lieu of the helmet and the bullets and blah blah blah.
Yeah.
So
I just want to say that I hope that one day somebody puts out a montage of how many months of you saying what you've been saying.
Hey, this shit takes time, man.
I understand, but it's just funny. It would be like
we would have been done.
Like Joe Rogan saying the word chimpanzee. Like if you're just like, oh, I love, like literally, you could probably make a 10-hour video of Joe Rogan going, I love Buffalo Trace whiskey. Chimpanzees are crazy. You know how strong they are?
People do that already.
Jamie, pull up that chimpanzee that has no hair. They look just like us. And I love the guy, but like literally sometimes I know when to zone out.
Talking about, you're talking for 3 hours, let's say 2 to 3 hours on his show, 2 to 3 hours. Bro, the same things are going to come up. I recognize, like when I say my age.
Yeah.
Like how I'm like, or my weight, or that I'm a big guy and pulling. Like, okay, the guest. Remember, we're talking to the guest, and it's like the people watching and listening are flies on the wall, right? That's kind of what a podcast is, right?
I get it.
So it's like the person I'm talking to hasn't heard that before. Unlikely that they've heard it unless they listen a lot. So like, you got to kind of say it, but I do realize like, oh wow, I said that a million times.
You could, in the future, there could be a Jiu Jitsu Dummies bingo game in the center square. Is gonna be this damn rash guard. Okay,
we got so much more planned. There's so many other things we're gonna do. It would have been done, and we probably would have went into production.
Yeah,
if it wasn't for the shooting, and then we realized it. But we didn't make the rash guard. The rash guard wasn't designed for Flow and Roll.
No,
the rash guard was designed for us for the podcast, and it's mainly going to be for giveaways for guests, bags, right?
Yeah,
and then Sean loved it so much how it was coming. He's like, I'm gonna carry this at my booth. And then we talked about like long sleeve and short sleeve and how like kids like the long sleeves better. And then that came up, and it was just like, I remembered him saying like, oh, I'm going to carry this. I'm going to put it at my booth. And when he talked about the kids, and then that's when it came out, when he showed me the last design, I was just like, yeah, this is going to be in front of kids at events. Yeah, this is in poor taste.
Right.
This is in poor taste even before this last shooting. And because of the audience. If it was like more of a veteran only audience or an adult veteran audience,
right,
it would have went over great. And maybe some people be like, you should have done it. I think it's in poor taste, especially with what just recently happened. And we agreed, and we said, let's take it off.
So on a more serious note, this should give everybody insight of how long something takes to do it, especially just to do it the way you want to do it, and that things change while you wanted to do it, and you have different obstacles when you're trying to do something.
Your leg locker with him went a lot more quickly, right? Was it?
Yeah, it's because I have great ideas. That's
that was great. That was just a napkin. I have the rash guard. I got my rash guard, but I haven't trained on a no-gi day yet since going in. I've only trained like twice in the last 3 months. I haven't been able to wear it yet, so I'm excited to wear it.
I wore it to a Memorial Day open mat, and my first roll, because we were at a different gym, they picked out who like their higher belts were like, you come here, because there
Yeah.
were so many people there that it was limited mat space.
And they saw you with the leg lock. Hey, get the leg locker over here.
They gave me this 18-year-old purple belt that's competitive, and I mean, like way lighter than I am. And I'm old. It's in the morning. It was after a Sunday, so I'm like, it's Monday morning. Let me warm up. I did not have a warm-up roll. This first thing he goes for, he drops straight into Ashigarami. We're in the gi, goes straight for a straight ankle lock. And I'm just like, dude, I'm not even warmed up yet. So I tap, whatever. And then it goes straight, like jumps guard.
How would you say, 19?
Yeah, he's like 19 maybe. And Mays probably weighs like 130 pounds max. And just flying all over the place, flying armbar. Next thing, I'm just like, whatever, man. I'm just going to hug this guy. That doesn't even work. This dude's so scrappy. But I'm just saying, it was so funny that I wore the leg locker shirt. And the first thing he did was like, well, let me show him a leg lock. And I was like, I wasn't wearing it to be cocky, bro.
I got to be careful. Careful who I wear that around.
I'm just saying, it's like having a handlebar mustache. People
I don't have the kind of leg lock game that somebody wearing that shirt should have.
Yeah,
I bought it to support and because it's an awesome design.
It looks cool. For sure.
All right, so let's give the Flow and Roll a proper, a complete shout out. So check them out on Instagram at flow_n_roll, and their website is flowandroll.com, and you can use code JJD to get 20% off any of their products on their website. That coupon code is not good for their bulk orders, so you're not going to call to order 100 gis for your gym and get 20% off. Okay, so again, flowandroll.com. Check them out. What's that?
You're gonna get a good price though.
Yeah. So last thing we want to mention is remember that I haven't posted about it. We've only talked about it on the show. I am working on a post though. If you buy any products from any of our sponsors, send us a receipt. Make sure you redact any credit card information. We don't want that. We just want to know that you've purchased. I do want to see, like, you use the coupon code. Send us a copy. You can send it to info@jiu-jitsudummies.com or just DM it to me through Instagram. Even Facebook is fine. Send it to me. We're going to put you guys in a raffle, and we're going to get you about. We're going to pick one winner, and they're going to get $250 worth of jiu-jitsu swag, including the Peace Love Jiu-Jitsu
rash
guard that's coming out. Okay, so don't forget. All right. Anything else? Good.
Yeah, man. Let's get to this guest.
Let's do it. Let's get Sophie in here.
Alrighty. Wow.
And joining us today is Sophie the Dog Sharp. How are you, Sophie?
Really good. How about you guys?
We're really good. Thank you for
right.
being patient with little technical difficulties.
Yes.
Yeah.
Of course.
I appreciate it.
Well, there was 2 Sophies.
What's that? Oh, there were two Sophies on the screen.
There's a lot of stuff going on. Now there is 2 Sophies. I'm watching Sophie right now.
There's 3 of them now.
That was an aggressive guard pull.
So yeah, Miguel's watching your Emerald City match, which I didn't want. I watched you on another podcast. It looked like you did a podcast with a teammate.
Yes.
About a year ago. I watched that, and you kept on talking about the Emerald City. I'm like, I got to watch this match. I was going to watch it when we got down here, but then we get into just weird conversations about nothing that has to do with jiu-jitsu, and we ate up an hour, and I completely forgot. So sorry about that.
Had you already done wrestling when you started when you did this match?
No.
So
that's kind of why I jumped guard.
Let's talk about that match. So I know that was like your coming out party, kind of, right? It was that was a big deal for you. Tell us why.
It was the first ever super fight that I won, so it was a big hallelujah moment.
Yeah. Now, did you have like a couple of losses leading up to that? Is that what happened?
Yeah.
So this was a big deal for you to.
Yeah, it was like finally the victory happened.
Yeah. So let's talk about it. I know we're kind of jumping ahead a little bit, but how do you handle losses? Does it really affect you? I mean, I'm an old man. He's an old man. I know when when I was 10, 11, 12, I played sports. I would really be affected by a loss in a team sport. How did you feel? What did you go through? Tell us a little bit about it.
I mean, losing's never fun, but I mean, you can't take it that much to heart because you're always going to lose matches. I mean, it just happens whether like you're super duper good, like you're at the highest level, like something wrong could happen and then the match switches to the opponent and they win. So, I mean, for me, I kind of like, it's really bad for me because I mean, obviously I want to win.
Yeah.
But
I just saw the win.
You just got to the submission.
I mean, that sucks for your brain and for your shoulder all at the same time.
Why? What? Tell us what happened. Commentate it.
So it's an aggressive guard pull at the beginning.
Okay.
The girl has really good balance, the opponent. Then another guard pull. Then it looks like you're trying to intimidate her into a shoving match.
Yeah.
And she engages back, and as soon as she engages back, she pulls guard again, and then starts going for like a double leg trip off of a guard pull while she breaks guard, gets her off balance, but then brings her forward instead of trying to bring her back.
Mm-hmm.
As soon as
She tried to snack me a little.
yeah, and then slipped right into a triangle, and then you pushed her arm behind, which was kind of weird. I would think that you'd want to push it here to get the finish.
Well, you could kind of like a Kimura to the back a little bit.
Yeah,
Like-
but
Arm on the side.
yeah, but she put her arm on the outside, which is a good defensive position for her. But she left that arm open, and she like readjusted a little bit and turned the angle, so she was way perpendicular with her opponent, which makes the triangle.
With the arm hidden.
Yeah, but it still makes the triangle way worse when you're that perpendicular with the other person. And then went ahead and grabbed the Kimura and yanked it up, and the girl was tapping, and it could have been bad because like where her other arm was, it was like the ref didn't even go to the other side. He was still like in front of it, and you couldn't see any hands or anything. And she was like tapping underneath, and she was still going. And then it was like tap tap tap. She let it go, and she looked upset.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how did that feel? That was again, you're coming off of a couple of losses.
Yeah.
And-
Especially being like the first ever Emerald City card. I mean, it was still kind of like on the lower level, but it was still pretty big because I think like PJ Barch was on that card and everything. So there were a couple big guys. So having that win in the second match, and I thought it was a pretty exciting match. I mean, we kind of went at it a little. So I felt pretty good about it.
It was good.
Yeah.
Yeah. You played your game. It seemed like it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's go back. Let's start from the beginning. When did you start jiu-jitsu? Or when did you start martial arts, and then when did you start jiu-jitsu?
So before jiu-jitsu, I did really competitive taekwondo. I started at the age of 6, and all of my sports is because of my older sister. Like, she always got me into them. So she tried taekwondo for her birthday, and then I kind of followed her footsteps. So I'm 24, like national champion, 5-time regional champion. Oh wait, no, switch that. 5-time regional champion, 24-time national champion, and then 1-time world champion.
Wow.
Wow.
World champion.
Yeah.
The whole
Wow.
world.
Yeah.
Just at kicking.
Yeah. Basically.
That's really good.
So how does that lead you to jiu-jitsu? Why did you stop? I'm assuming you don't do taekwondo anymore. I know you don't.
No.
How did that lead you to jiu-jitsu, and why did you choose jiu-jitsu over taekwondo?
So taekwondo it's kind of like the same thing over and over again once like you get like a higher belt. So after 5 years of doing that, it got pretty boring. And so I got my black belt and everything, and like a couple days after, I was like, all right, peace out, like I'm leaving. My older sister, who's about 2 years older than me, was like, I want to do wrestling, but she's like never done anything like that. And so my mom found a sport called jiu-jitsu, found a super local, it was actually a Nick Salas's place.
Really?
I did with his dad. He was my first ever coach, but he shut that down to pursue his dreams. And yeah, that's
Who
how
was
I
that?
got-
Nick who?
Nick Salas.
Oh, we just had Nick on.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
Yeah.
so Nick Salas. I'm like,
Hello.
That's why I did what I did over
oh,
there.
I was like, I heard Nick. I'm like, who'd you say? Somebody sounded like somebody famous.
He likes salads?
So Nick had a gym before he had his current gym?
Was this at Marcel's or?
It was
Okay.
first it was called Gladiators, and they switched it to Pure Wave.
Okay.
But after about like almost a year, I want to say, he shut it down to go to Marcelo's.
Okay. That's I think when we spoke to him, we kind of picked
This
this up
was
right
this,
from.
this was like the origin story.
Yeah,
that we're
Nick
getting
didn't tell.
from her.
We're gonna
yeah.
have Nick. We're gonna actually have Nick back on with his partner, and now we got to bring that up.
Yeah.
we got to talk about it.
It's a small world.
Hey, move that candle. Move for real.
I forgot that we had
Move
it.
that candle. We're blocking the sponsor, Bo. That's all. That's your
Oh
job.
shit! We never got rid of the candle. Yeah, just put it over in the corner over there.
Gotta
Just
make the
don't
studio
spill it.
smell good,
Yeah, 3 smelly guys in a little room. It's gets a little ripe. So yeah, so we had Nick on the show. What's that?
It's a giant room.
It's a giant room.
Movie magic.
So yeah. So you trained with Nick, and then you went. Where did you go from there? When you closed, you went where?
Yeah, so after Nick, I went to a place called Garden State, and it was all right. It wasn't really my style. So then that's where Kurt Pellegrino's place came in.
Okay.
Was there for about 2 years. And then I got to Studio 84, and that place was amazing.
Yeah.
I don't think there'll be anything ever like that ever again. Like, that group was something special. And now I'm at Bayshore BJJ under Joe Dockery. And
Okay.
Jake.
Let's go back to Studio 84,
Yeah.
Studio 84, right?
Yep.
I know John Combs taught there for a little while.
Yep.
But I know that some other big names were there. Who else did you train with there?
Towards the end, Keith Krikorian was there. He's super cool dude. Nicky Rod, and then obviously his brother Jacob. And then a bunch of like people just like popping in too. I mean, it's hard to name all of them, but you just had like a couple like high level guys pop in here and there, especially for the comp classes that Jay Rugabuto taught. So yeah.
You
That's
missed,
sweet.
Sounds like you missed those days.
Oh,
Could you imagine being
Yeah.
15 and having good old days already?
Yeah, right. I mean, how long ago? How many years ago was that? I mean, it's like
Oh, it was kind of recent.
Yeah.
I mean, it was still in 2021, but
Hey,
yeah.
I will say this. You got time on your side. I think you got a couple more good old days that haven't happened yet.
I agree.
Right? Yeah.
So Taekwondo, you find jiu-jitsu.
Mhm.
You've been to more gyms than I have. I'm like doing this
I'm a
9
gym
years now.
hopper.
Yeah.
Yeah. You've seen more action than I have. So what belt are you currently?
I'm a blue belt.
Oh, you are, okay. And
Yeah, I
you
got a-
you're how old are you?
I'm 15.
Okay. How long have you had that blue belt?
Oh my gosh, I think it was since February, March.
Okay. I know, like, like up here, like, I mean, and look, this is blue belt to blue belt.
I'm a blue belt.
But I mean, like, yeah.
Miguel's also-
Miguel's a blue belt.
Miguel's only 14.
No, I know, like, some
Mentally,
places
yeah.
will, like, you can't get your blue belt before 16. Like, you'll wear a green
Yeah.
for however long.
We were
but-
just talking about this.
Yeah. Well, not with
Right?
her.
No, what I'm saying, I was like, this is awesome. Like, we were just talking about this.
So it was it like you're so good that they had to give you the blue belt? Or what was there that rule in place in any of the gym? No, I'm serious, right? Like, a lot of gyms will say not till 16. You're wearing the green to 16.
I mean, when I was at Studio, I was supposed to get my blue belt there actually before the owner shut it down out of nowhere. So once I got to Bayshore, they did like a whole surprise, and I'm still under Jay because he came and, tied the belt around me with the owner of Bayshore. So I got it as like a surprise, but technically I was already supposed to have it. And it's also because I don't do any IBJJFs. I did it once, but because I'm a lot more of a no-gi person, I kind of stay away from IBJJFs. So
I think I heard you talk about not really loving the fighting with points, right?
yeah.
Why don't you like that?
I dig that.
They're just so annoying in my opinion. Like you could do like one thing and they'll like give the other person a point. And I mean, I always know the rule sets to any competition I go to. I always like to come prepared. But like some refs aren't the best refs and they'll just be like 1 point to the other opponent. And I'll be like, what?
I'll say it.
So,
I'll say it.
Go ahead.
When you go against an opponent in IBJJF competition, is you against the other person
And the ref.
and the ref.
and the rep, I
Yeah.
100% agree with
And
that.
that's for both sides. You know what I mean? For the
Yeah.
other person too. But like it is that. It's like
Yeah.
And a lot of times the refs are like local guys.
Worry about that,
it's the same ones.
I'm sorry, say that again? Because I talked over you.
said
Go ahead.
without points, you don't got to worry about that. So
There you go.
I don't know their names, but I watch enough events to know which refs that I like.
Yeah.
Like I like the black dude with the dreads. I like that guy. I like the really, really like fat black guy. And I know these are all like probably really well respected black belts. in the BJJ
like,
community.
hey, that fat guy.
I don't know their names. I know they could all probably crush me, and I know they're very
I know that,
respected,
but those refs don't know. Like a lot of times, the refs are from the local.
Nah, dude, there's some refs. There's some
that travel, but there's some that.
Oh, for sure.
You know,
like Aron's always at the.
He's all over Florida.
And you know what? I like him, and he's also super honest. If he knows any of the fighters, he'll step off the mat.
Oh yeah. Okay, that's what I was gonna say. Is like sometimes you potentially trained with these people that you're gonna ref, or maybe you trained with one,
or same
you know
school.
The coach,
you're at the same school.
When you're pulling out somebody local, to ref a match. Yeah, I don't like that part of it. But you just don't like points, huh?
Yeah.
You like you like the thought of the purpose of jiu-jitsu is submission.
Yeah.
So
honestly, yeah.
Yeah,
like,
and I agree with that.
The gi, I kind of like points more because you can get sweeps better, but like because I wrestle a lot more now, like I don't know, points just don't make sense for when it comes to no gi for me.
How do you like folk style wrestling then?
Say that again.
How do you like folk style wrestling?
I love it, honestly.
I don't even know what folk style wrestling is. What is that?
That's like the primary style of wrestling you do like in elementary school through high school.
Okay.
Yeah.
And college.
Okay.
Yeah. But what I'm saying, that's point based. That's point based, 2 points, take down. There's no like take the back points that counts as the take.
Well, yeah, but she's not competing in it.
She is competing.
No, not in that wreslling. We're talking about utilizing your wrestling in a submission only situation.
She doesn't like points in jiu-jitsu competitions because the point of jiu-jitsu is submission.
Yeah.
She doesn't mind points in high school wrestling because the point of high school wrestling is to get points. So it's not stupid here, but it's stupid here.
Yeah.
She just said I'm spot on, by the way.
That doesn't happen too often.
I did both. I agree with it too.
He's gonna throw that in my face later, Sophie.
Straight up. I asked a good question. I've been in competitions where if it wasn't 6 minutes long and there weren't points, just give me like 7 more minutes and I know I could beat this guy.
Honestly, that's another thing. Before I got my blue belt, matches for me were only like 5 minutes. And jiu-jitsu, that's not a lot of time in my opinion.
No.
So like if it's a points only, like trying to get that many points in just 5 minutes, you gotta like hustle up a little bit.
Yeah. You gotta respect the game though. Those guys that play for the points and they outgame the game, they're like video game players, man. It's ridiculous. The way they jump guard, the way they know how to stall and not have it be a penalty. Like they're that good. They game the system. It's incredible to see, but I can't. I don't like it either.
So tell me about, when you're leaving. I've been at 2 gyms in my life. I trained at 2 gyms. I've been to other gyms, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
How bummed how hard it is to get restarted at another gym?
It's a little difficult, especially like for one of my gyms, I was there for 2 years. So it's definitely like a restart in jiu-jitsu because like you meet all your new teammates and you got to get used to, your professor and your other coaches teaching. And, it's definitely different and it can be a little frustrating and hard because at first I know I've been to some schools where I'm like, I hate this teaching. Like, I don't know how I'll ever be able to deal with it. But after a while, you get used to it. At the end of the day, it is jiu-jitsu still. So,
have you ever gone to a gym that you were like, okay, gym closed, you're going to figure out where you're going to go next? And you're like, yeah, definitely not this one, and I'm going to move on to another gym. Or like the free
trial classes? Did you do that?
Yeah.
Did you jump? Like, you were like, all right, let me feel the water.
Like when studio shut down, I tried out like 2 gyms that I was like, no, thank you.
Yeah. So now I have another question about as it relates to that. So when you go into a new gym, do you go in there and try to wreck shop? Like I'm subbing everybody. I'm planting my flag. Or do you go in a little bit more humble and like, all right, I'm going to maybe pull some guard and let some people work on me a little bit just to get to know people? Which type of person are you?
I'm definitely a little bit more on the humble side, but I don't let them like destroy me. Like I'll definitely like go for submissions and everything. I won't let you like fully beat me. Like I'm not going to make it easy.
Yeah.
But
you sandbagging? So you're saying you go into the new gym sandbagging?
A little bit.
Yeah.
Just a little bit.
All right.
You got to be conscious of the
Yeah, the delay.
There's a little delay on the mic, so we'll try not to
I
interrupt
suck
you.
at this.
No,
Okay.
you just gotta. I'm like staring at her lips because if she's gonna talk, I know to stop. Because there's like a little delay when you talk. For us, so if we talk over you, then it gets all jumbled. So we'll be conscious of that. Who else in your family does jiu-jitsu?
Just me, my dad, and my little sister.
And was your dad your first coach? I think I heard.
Yes,
Yeah.
he was for many, many years.
Yeah. And now you say that was that a good thing? Is it like I'm happy that my dad's not training me now?
We grew a really good bond. I would say I'm closest with my dad and my whole family.
Yeah.
Just because, I mean, he almost like Trinity said on her podcast, he's like my Uber. I'm
Got
sure
your back.
once I get my driver's license, he'll still be driving me everywhere.
Yeah. What belt rank is he?
He's a purple belt with 4 stripes.
Ooh,
How long has he been training? As long as you?
dirty brown.
He's
Almost.
actually started after me.
Oh yeah. Wow.
He followed
You
me this-
inspired him.
Yeah.
Well, it's also the age thing is holding her back.
What's that?
Like,
Well, I
she's
mean the
not gonna
belt's
get
the
her-
belt. Yeah. Do you roll with your dad a lot?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Do you tap?
Yeah.
Do you tap him out? Do you tap him?
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's not letting you. Well,
sometimes too.
no disrespect intended, but is he going easy on you, or
Oh,
is he
no.
like? Is he really? Wow, she got me. He's really
Yeah.
trying to fight, and
Yeah.
yeah.
No, anytime we roll, because we don't roll too often, because I mean, we're father and daughter. I mean,
Yeah.
we can roll with each other anytime we want.
Mhm.
But when we do roll, we really go at it. Like we wrestle with each other, trying to smash each other to the ground. I mean,
Is it like move the coffee table at home? Let's go, Dad. Come on, let's go now.
for sure.
Yeah,
That's dope.
that's cool.
I'm
I like
wishing.
that.
I get that.
Miguel's
I get
got
it-
2
I get it
kids.
now.
He's got 2 small children that
Yeah.
are doing jujitsu.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I get my neck cranked on every day of the week. Every single day of the week.
How are they taking to it? How's your little guy? And
So he just competed this weekend for the
Yeah.
first time.
first time,
First time,
Really?
yeah. And he learned.
yeah, he learned a lot.
Yeah. And but he did great. He
Yeah.
really did do great. But like the home environment, like Hayden hates going, but once she's there, she has a good time.
Yeah.
And she's also good. She's like low key good, but she doesn't like doing it.
Yeah,
But as long as I see her learning, that's the whole point. I
Yeah.
just want her to have that ace up her sleeve her whole life.
will you
Yeah.
push? Will you push her if there's a time where
If she's
starts to
under
push
my
back?
roof, she's training.
Yeah.
That's the rule. She knows.
Yeah,
Yeah.
then little guy is
And
ready to
for him is actually something I learned from this podcast before I was on it. He's training so he's not a bully and so he's not cocky.
go. Okay, that's
Right.
good. Yeah,
Yeah. For him, it's to keep him humble. Yeah, because he's froggy. And for her, is to make sure that she has confidence and has she knows what danger looks like.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it.
Now, Sophie, you do kids classes, right? Are you
Yeah.
coaching as well?
Mm-hmm.
Do you love it?
That's like I love competing. Competing will always have a special spot in my heart, but my biggest goal is to open a gym with my dad.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's dope.
Yeah.
I've talked about that a lot on this podcast. Like my favorite thing, I coached in my first gym from like white to blue. I helped my coach, and then he would sometimes not come in to he couldn't open the gym. He was in law enforcement, so he would get called away, and I had a key, or I'd open the gym with his wife, and I had to do the kids classes, and sometimes I had to do the adults classes. So when I look back on that, that was my favorite time in jiu-jitsu. And it's also like, I feel like I'm a brown belt now, and I feel like technically I was better at white and blue because I constantly had to teach things that maybe I don't use all the time now, but like I would remember foot placement or where does my arm need to be or just the little details helping the other guys. Like it made my game, but I know that it made my game better back then. I was way more technical. Now I'm like,
That makes
just
total sense.
smash and pass and, Hulk smash kind of, jiu-jitsu.
Donkey Kong.
But I loved it. I don't know that I have aspirations to open a gym, but that's my favorite part of jiu-jitsu is helping other people. And I kind of asked you that before when you said, I was asking like, what kind of person are you when you go into a new gym? Because I'm always like, I'm going to pull guard and I'm going to let them work so that I can figure them out a little bit. I want to see you're going to be a jerk and really take advantage of this and then try to smash me when I'm letting you like advance? Or are you going to, like really go, oh, well, I'm rolling with the brown belt and I should learn something, again, obviously when I'm rolling with a lower belt. So I like to be, a little bit, I don't call myself humble, but I do like when I'm doing jiu-jitsu, I like to let them advance. I always say I let them control the volume, So that's me. But again, except when I'm rolling with Miguel, which we haven't rolled together in a really long time.
I'm ready, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm scared of him. He's in a place now they're focusing on leg locks over there.
My confidence is real low right now.
Yeah. It's low?
Yeah.
Yeah, but well, we'll see. You can come to the garage, Joe. Do you have mats in the house?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Gotta have mats in the house these days, right?
Do you got the tan dude that doesn't have a lower body?
No. I was close to getting one of those when it was quarantine.
Yeah. What's that thing called, man? It's got to have a name. It's got to be the most popular.
Well, that's the one that you punch, though. It's like Google it. You got a phone right there.
You know
got
what,
the world
man?
at your fingertips.
I know.
Google
that
it.
is literally what I say to people. It's like, oh, if only we had $1,000 computer in our pockets.
That's
So,
punch
speaking of punching bags, would you ever do MMA? Is that ever something that you would do? No, not your thing?
Holler.
Why?
I get this question so often for some reason.
I mean, when you're this young and
You
you're
did
this
Taekwondo.
good, there's this
Aggressiveness.
like,
You
hey,
also did Taekwondo.
could she advance into other parts of martial arts? And MMA is usually the track that most people go on.
I mean, even when I did Taekwondo and we had like for competition, like sparring, I mean, I'm all padded up. I got the foot gear, hand gear, head gear, and I was still like, oh, I hate this.
Yeah.
That was the one part I absolutely hated.
Getting hit in the face is definitely something that you have to get used to. Go ahead.
I like my face,
Holler. and your brain cells. Century Bob.
Century Bob?
Yeah, the
Okay,
name of
I
it
know.
is Century
You know
Bob.
what he's talking about, right? The torso guy,
It's like
Yeah,
black
punch
and
him.
then like sand. He's like-
rubbery.
He's like, it was like Stretch Armstrong. when
I hate
was a
those.
kid.
Fill them with water sandbags. They move too much.
Yeah.
They're not great.
Well, not all of us are as freaky strong as you are.
I didn't say it because of that.
Yeah. When I punch that thing, it hurts me.
So you live up in Jersey, right?
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, we call it Dirty Jersey. I'm from New York. We call it Dirty Jersey. So
Why can't I pump my own
some
gas?
of my best friends are from Jersey. So
I just
that's
want to
okay.
pump my own gas. That's all.
Yeah. Do they? You still have to pump your own gas in Jersey?
No,
Or
you don't.
They don't allow you to pump your gas.
It's
Yeah,
weird.
they do it for us.
It's
That's-
so weird, bro.
Yeah, no,
I
that
don't
used-
like it at all.
That used to be a thing on Long Island too.
It feels like it's not supposed to happen.
Pulling up, handing them the money.
It just feels like I'm like a class above somebody, like in a weird way. Like it feels like I'm dehumanizing somebody by having them pump my gas.
I used to
Okay.
pump gas. That was
I
one of
didn't
my
like it. The
early
first time I
jobs.
experienced that, I was like,
That was
I thought we abolished this.
When you're
What's
talking
going
about
on
like
here, bro?
winter time, winter,
No.
snow on the ground.
I don't care,
I don't
bro.
want to get out of the car,
That's
pump my gas.
It's
Dude,
my
it's a job.
responsibility, man.
It's a job. It's a good.
That's a weird way to boost the economy.
So Sophie, are you homeschooled? Are you going to school? Like a regular kid?
So for 2 years, I was homeschooled, but I kind of hated it, honestly.
Yeah.
I felt very excluded from everything else, like kind of almost like a normal kid. So
Yeah.
I'm back in public school, high school now, so I got the glory of high school.
Yeah. Hold on one second. But when you laugh into the mic, you're covering what she's saying. Mic etiquette, you're always on me. I'm sorry, Sophie. I gotta. We're beating each other up on. No. But on this, it doesn't always happen. But if we talk on the mic, it covers what you're saying. So I'm just reminding him. I'm sorry. So okay. So I didn't hear the end of that. I'm sorry.
Oh, so I'm in public school, and I mean, yeah, it's everything that everyone always talks about when it comes to high school. I mean,
Yeah. So I mean, the next question is, okay, so now you're in high school.
mhm.
How do people react when they find out you do jiu-jitsu? And I mean, do you talk about it a lot?
they
Like
even know?
I never leave the house without a jiu-jitsu shirt on. It's just a thing. I make some t-shirts. We got our sponsor tees. My wife says it looks like jiu-jitsu threw up on me. Are you like that? Would you be wearing a jiu-jitsu t-shirt to school and then everybody knows? Or do you try to hide it or you just don't care?
Honestly, when it comes to like t-shirts, I probably wear an LXB shirt almost every other day.
Okay.
I wear like a new one like every other day, just because I mean they're super comfy to begin with. But it's school. I mean, I'm not here to dress up or anything.
I'm not gonna lie. I don't know what an Alex B shirt is.
With her school.
Your school. Oh, that's what it is.
yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. I'm sorry.
Yeah, this is my main sponsor.
And what is it called? What does it say?
LXB.
Alex B. Okay.
Shout out to them, Clay.
I see. Okay. I recognize. Well, I couldn't see both sides of it because you're here.
Yeah.
But I think Nikki Rod and those guys were always in. Right? Don't they have it?
Mm-hmm.
A lot of the guys from the B team. I see the
a lot of the guys from there, and then also a lot of forgetting the gym. Who's the guy who just won MMA that we interviewed not too long ago? That was from like the Pacific Northwest, and then moved down to Arizona, Texas. He just went Bellator.
Don't remember.
All right. Anyway, Cody Steele.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
Oh,
I don't know how I forgot about that ADCC. He's going to be in ADCCs, right? Because he won. He won the East Coast Trials up in Jersey, I think, in Atlantic City, wherever that is.
Did you do the trials?
He didn't win it.
I don't think so. He came close though.
Really?
No, I think his what's his name?
Tackett.
Tackett.
Yeah, Tackett's always wearing it. Yeah.
So you don't you will wear that to school,
Yeah.
right? Do people know what it means? That
No.
What does it say on the bottom under there?
It says
submission grappling. Okay.
grappling.
So there's nobody is anybody coming up to you going, ooh, your grass submission?
The only thing, like, other than my really close friends, like, I tell them everything. Like, there's something new about jiu-jitsu every day for me, so I'll run to them and blabber about it. But the rest of school only really knows that I wrestle just because I'm a part of my school team.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's kind of what I'm known for in my school. It's like the girl wrestler for the school because it's only me and another girl.
Yeah.
So I kind of keep it low key on the quiet side.
Yeah.
Do you get a lot of girl matches now? I mean, I'm out of the game. It's been like 20 years since high school. So before it was like there was one girl and she always had to wrestle a guy.
And they would, and it was like a big deal, and you had to get approval.
It was a big
or they
deal.
were fighting to get on the team. It's not like that anymore, right?
Do you have like a lot of is there like a whole girl league now? Like, is it separate in high school, or is it you still sometimes guy, sometimes girl?
So like the wrestling, like, I don't know, like whoever makes the laws for like wrestling, they've now put out a new thing where a school has to have a girls wrestling team. Doesn't matter how many people are on it for the girls.
Love it.
That's dope.
They're basically excluded from everything that the boys are doing, which I don't kind of like, because yes, we're asking for like equality in the sport, but we're not asking to be fully separated. We just want some respect because, the guys go to AC for the states, but girls just go to a regular high school. Like, that doesn't balance out.
So you're on. There's two girls, and it's basically you are a 2-girl team. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So are there a lot of other schools that you get to compete against? And do you travel with the boys to that other school, and then you only wrestle the girls, or are you completely separate?
So what sometimes happens is for regular like school meets, like I just go against a different school. I don't usually have a match unless I just get thrown in there to do a forfeit real quick and then walk right back to a chair.
That sucks.
But it's really annoying. But the coaches will take the time and look at tournaments, usually like hour, maybe 2 hours away.
Yeah.
And they try to keep it local, but it's really hard because there's not a lot of girls in the sport.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll just drive there, either in a group or like separate, and just compete in an all-girls tournament.
What do you wrestle at?
The season I just did was 113.
So if you do 113, why can't they do like an exhibition match with like the other 115-pounder that's not fighting?
So because I'm a girl, technically I've made varsity, but the boys come first. So whoever the boy 114 is, because it's different for boys and girls, he'll have the match instead of me.
Man, I said dope at the beginning, but now I take it back.
I know.
This is totally not dope.
Miguel, cue the dramatic music. Gentlemen, all men strive for gold in their life, right? gold medals, gold watches, gold everything. However, there's a certain type of man who goes the extra mile. Just like you, Miguel.
Oh, thanks.
He walks with the confidence of an eagle and giggles in the face of danger. We didn't rehearse this, by the way. He's a big, hairless, winning machine.
That's me.
And when he unzips his pants, he sees platinum.
That's better than gold.
That's right. Manscaped would like to introduce you to their best and biggest ultimate hygiene bundle yet, the Platinum Package 4.0. And now that is...
What is that?
That's the package that I just showed you, all the stuff that they're sending out. So we're actually getting this. It's
Probably
very
good
cool.
if you're a Yeti.
But we already got the trimmers. We've already got the weed whacker. So let me go down the line.
We got it.
We've got the lawnmower 4.0. We don't have the trimmer on the table because both
Was
took it
trimming.
to
He was
actually
trimming.
trim.
He was trimming.
We've got the weed whacker, which is the ear and nose hair trimmer. We're getting, or this is what's in the package, but we're actually getting these pieces that we didn't get. Ultimate Premium Body Wash.
What?
Ultra Premium Body Wash. Ultra Premium 2-in-1 shampoo and conditioner.
Is it all in one bottle?
So I do, even though I'm bald, people always ask me, like, do you shampoo your hair? Yes. Every day.
yeah.
Shampoo. I usually get something with shampoo and conditioner in it, so this is perfect
The
for me.
mixture.
Ultra Premium Deodorant.
Deodorant, as
Okay.
my friend Tony would say.
Say it again.
Deodorant.
Who's Tony?
He's my best friend.
Oh, is that the way he says it?
That's the way he's always said it.
So we got the Crop Preserver Anti-Chafing Ball Deodorant, which we already got.
Got
The
that.
Crop Reviver Ball Spray Toner. It's a mouthful, literally, right? Right? You use that. You've used the spray. Remember you said you gave it a little front, in the front,
I'm
in the
glad
front
that-
and the back.
I'm glad that over 4 million other men out there, we have the continuity of knowing what that smells like, and it's good. I'm glad I'm part of that club.
Last but not least, they're going to throw in boxers and it's called the Shed travel bag, right? Those travel bag that we got.
What
So
do
we
you
got a
mean? What
bunch
do you
of
mean?
those
What do you mean
things.
by boxers? Like
Boxer briefs.
WWB? Oh,
Boxer,
okay, got
like
it.
same boxer
Not
briefs that
like
we
I
got.
thought they were gonna ship like a boxer.
No. So we got the trimmer, the weed whacker, the ball toner, the crop preserver, the bag, and the boxers.
This is the
Did I get it all?
platinum. Is this the platinum?
So this is the platinum. So
is any other
yeah.
hardware? No other hardware.
No, all the hardware that we got, the
Yeah.
weed whacker, the lawnmower.
I got it.
So there's that other bundle that we talked about that we've.
That's what I was wondering.
Yeah, there's they brought back like an old school shaver
Yeah.
that they've had before. So I think we'll probably talk about that on one of the upcoming episodes.
All right.
So
That looked
now,
dope.
Bo, I know, Bo, you've used it. We're not going to get into your full testimonial yet, but you've used it. You've used it on your face, right?
Yes.
Use it on
Yes. So
above the waist, right? We're not going to. You want to wait? You want to wait and talk about it on the next episode?
yeah, because it's a little more technical, but yeah, I have.
Let me see.
Technical.
We got.
And
Now,
I'll just leave this. I was extremely pleased.
Yeah,
Extremely. I was actually surprised.
extremely pleased. You should see the look in his face, people.
You should.
His eyes are
You're
squinting.
gonna
He
see
says, he goes, yeah, like he's taking a dump. Extremely,
talking about?
extremely
What are you
pleased.
talking about? He looks like Robert De Niro. He doesn't look like he's done.
All right, so we'll definitely talk about it more. I'm still going to say the weed whacker is my favorite. It's the thing that I'm using the most often.
Yeah.
A couple of times a week.
Yeah.
I'm getting in there, getting the nose hairs. I don't have a lot of ear hair, so I don't have to worry about that.
I use.
I wonder what your cat looks like.
This might not be. This might not be the proper use for this thing, but the spray, the little pick me up. I kind of take a little. No offense, we're just gonna lose a whole audience here. I take a little Persian shower sometimes. Before when I come from work and I go straight to the gym, you know.
He didn't.
Okay, we're gonna leave it there because our guest is
I got you.
That's
why I gave it a different. I gave it a different name.
So
sir.
we'll let Bo, because I know Bo's going to go deep with this. We'll let him do his testimonial next week. That at any moment Bo's testimonial can go sideways. So we have to do it when it's like an adult male on the show.
Yeah, for sure.
We don't want to lose any. We don't want to lose all the female fans. And all the Persians that
don't they?
That Miguel, you just insulted
That's
the
it
Persian
for
community.
Persians,
What did you
yeah,
call that? We're gonna have to cut that out.
Really?
No.
That's what did you say?
No.
A Persian shower. Everybody knows
A
about
Persian
that.
shower. Oh
Yeah.
boy, that's offensive.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. My bad.
Now it's
It's not offensive.
this is gonna be so hard. It's
They
gonna go
say
even worse. I know that people used to say Puerto Rican shower.
Yes.
I was talking to my
I've
daughter
taken
the other
many.
day.
You're
We were
Puerto
talking
Rican,
about,
though.
Yes.
I've
We
taken
were talking
many of
about
those.
like racist things and preconceived notions about different races. We were talking about it. She's going away to school. We're talking about these things. She's going to, we're already in a diverse community in South Florida. So I was telling her about that. I'm like, yeah, it was fun. I used to hear people say Puerto Rican shower. Hey, would you take a Puerto Rican shower? And I used to take such offense to it.
Yeah.
And now I'll be at home.
I didn't know you could offend a civilization that doesn't exist anymore.
I'll be at home and I'll say, well, I'll address that in a second. And I'll say, my wife would be like, "Did you shower?" I'm like, "No, I just did a Puerto Rican shower, which is just deodorant."
I feel that.
Wipe up and let's go because we got to
I
go.
was in the Army for 8 years.
taken
But I
many,
used to take such
dude.
offense to it. Now it's just like it's self-deprecating, and I just think it's funny. I don't know that everybody's
I've-
going to find that funny.
I've
But by
taken
the way,
many of those.
Persians are Iranians. That's Persian. If you speak to an
bro,
Iranian,
they died.
I worked with and was friends with a young man who was Persian back in the day.
Yeah.
And
Back in the day?
he would say Persian instead
What,
of
like-
Iranian.
He changed.
Persian.
Before Christ?
People still say Persian. That's offensive
He's
to say.
trans-ethnic.
I don't know.
Whatever, man.
We might
I
have to
don't-
cut this whole
I
thing
don't-
out.
I don't
No.
mean any
There's
offense to
nothing.
anybody.
I hope we don't lose Manscaped. I hope the owner of Manscaped isn't Persian because you might have just ruined that whole thing.
Hey, buddy. Sorry, buddy.
Oh, dude.
All right. Get 20% off and free shipping with code JJD20 at manscaped.com.
Where's
That's
that?
20% off with free shipping at manscaped.com. Use code JJD20. It's time for you. It's time you enjoyed the finer things in life and get yourself a platinum package for your platinum package.
There you go. Hey, what about that shipping, though? Anywhere in the world?
Free shipping anywhere in the world.
In the world.
In the
I
world.
really want people-
clarified that with them.
I want people to test
In the
this
world?
out. I want people to test this.
Really?
Yeah.
In the world?
I want somebody who lives
in the world.
who lives in like
anywhere.
Djibouti. If you live up there,
Hey, listen.
In
If they
Africa?
if they got an order from Djibouti, they're
Africa,
like, we got to get it.
That's me.
We're gonna film.
That's
we're
me.
gonna
If you
send-
get that, that's me.
We're gonna send a film crew with you to see where it's
I'll go
going.
over there. I think
in
there's
Djibouti.
I think there's a naval base. No, it's a
Sounds funny. We're gonna send a camera crew in Djibouti.
Yeah.
I have a friend.
Into Djibouti.
Listen, we need to get back to
Hey,
the show.
don't-
We have a guest. We have a guest.
I
We
know.
have a guest waiting. We got to get back to the
I
show.
thought this was the middle.
No, let's get back to it. Let's do this.
Thank you to DD214 Fightwear, gear for patriotic rollers. Visit their website, dd214bjj.com, and get 15% off your online order with code JJD. And check them out on Instagram at dd214_fightwear. Thank you to Feito IT and AV, specializing in commercial and residential automation, security cameras, CCTV, POS, and more. Check them out at feitoitav.com or call 305-428-2515 and let them know the dummy sent you. Thank you to Neutral Zone CBD, a combat family-owned company that supports athletes and the people who love them. Neutral Zone strives to deliver clean CBD products for sports recovery in gummies, lotions, balms, roll-ons, and more. After a competition, a hard rolling session, or a tough day on the job, Neutral Zone has a product designed to help you reduce inflammation, increase cell rejuvenation, and may even help with aging joints. Visit NeutralZoneCBD.com and get 25% off your order with code JJD. And follow them on Instagram too, at MyNeutralZone. Jiu-Jitsu's favorite monthly subscription box has now joined the Jiu Jitsu Dummies Podcast. The BJJ box is delivered to your door filled with premium jiu-jitsu and grappling apparel, equipment, supplements, supplies, snacks, and more. The crew at the BJJ box find the best in the world of jiu-jitsu and guarantee every box to be worth more than the cost. Each box includes 4 to 7 items you're going to love. Visit thebjjbox.com and use code JJD10 to get $10 off your very first box. And give them a follow on Instagram at TheBJJBox. All of us here at the Jiu Jitsu Dummies would like to thank the entire crew over at Flow and Roll for their tremendous support. They're renowned for their incredible t-shirt designs, and they've got something for everyone. Flow and Roll quickly rose up to become the premier custom apparel provider for academies, big or small, throughout the United States. Shoot them an email about your custom order, flowandroll@gmail.com, and they'll be more than happy to get you hooked up. Check them out on Instagram at flow_n_roll for samples of their gi and no-gi kits. They conveniently offer flexible payment options too. Head over to flowandroll.com for more details, and while you're there, pick up a Jiu Jitsu Dummies signature tee. now exclusively at flowandroll.com. And remember, you'll get 20% off your online purchase of t-shirts, rash guards, or gis with code JJD. Special thanks to George Hernandez, Claims Adjuster. Have you experienced damage in your residential or commercial property in the states of Florida or Texas from flood or fire, storms, theft and vandalism, even sinkholes, just to name a few? Don't get stressed out dealing with your insurance provider. Call George Hernandez today and let the professionals get you the most compensation possible. Visit HernandezClaims.com or call 305-712-6751 to get help now. And stay in touch with them on Instagram at Hernandez Claims.
You've wrestled boys? Forget about jiu-jitsu for a second. You've wrestled boys in school?
Yeah.
Against other schools?
Yeah, I only had one match against a boy though.
Okay. Do you train with the boys?
Yeah.
Do they do put you when you're training school?
Yeah, my main training partner's a dude.
Do you wreck those guys?
One boy I do.
One boy.
Good.
Wrestling's a different animal, man.
Are you tempted to throw some I'm just gonna submit this guy.
How do women even make it to
I'm
the
gonna let him know. He might beat me, but I'm gonna submit him and let him know.
Go to your back on purpose and then just when he drives a half, do an omoplata.
When I do wrestling, like jiu-jitsu, never in my mind other than different downs. I never if they go for a double, I never want to wrap a guillotine. It's really weird.
Yeah. Even though you kind of really could.
I could.
Because you could grab a chicken wing and then you could do an arm in. You could do an arm in guillotine, but just don't lock your arms if their knees touch the ground.
I should try that. I should try it.
Yeah. Or you could technically go arm in Anaconda or Darce and then go backwards to take them down for the pin and then come out on top and then drive a half.
You just gave me a new wrestling move to try out.
Yeah. I do like the grave digger from wrestling.
What's that?
The grave digger, when you get a Russian arm bar and then they pull away from you and you let them and then you figure four their own arm and you throw them in front of you.
Weirdo. So do you expect to graduate from do you want to go through, or with the progression in jiu-jitsu, does that put you in a place where maybe I'm going to have to be homeschooled so I can travel more or so that I can take more competitions? Is that something that goes through your mind?
I mean, for school, once I graduate, the only reason that I would honestly be going to college is if I get recruited for wrestling, which, cross my fingers, I hope that happens. But I mean, jiu-jitsu and wrestling is basically my life. So once college is done, I'm kind of off trying to own my own school with my dad.
Okay.
Business management.
So it's not necessarily really worrying about competing and traveling and...
Yeah, I'll obviously do that, just keep active and everything. I love competing. I love the hype about it and everything and winning, obviously. But yeah, I love teaching. That's my biggest passion.
That's good. And don't sleep on the education. Listen,
oh yeah.
It's to own a school, you could be way ahead of the game if you understand business and, aspects of accounting and,
business development. Yeah.
You don't just, I think a lot of gyms do close because it's a black belt opening a gym for the first time without understanding any parts of the business side, or, okay, I'm a black belt, open the doors, and you expect this rush of students to come in and then it doesn't happen.
Yeah.
Regardless of your name, you've got to advertise. You've got to just let people know you're there. I think that's a common mistake and why a lot of gyms close. It's building and they will come doesn't work in this world.
You would know for sure. Yeah. I mean,
that's
your world.
I work with gyms. It's amazing what they think will work or what they want to do, and I have to guide them and tell them I know what you want to do.
At least they're passionate.
And seeing my own gym, the way he advertises without going into it, I know what he does and it works. So not only am I in the marketing world, but now I've seen a gym do it successfully, follow a marketing program that works. And he's bursting at the seams sometimes, with promotions, the kids on the mat.
Damn.
It's just ridiculous.
You just got Milton's 2 cents on this, which I think is valuable 2 cents. Hey, can I just clear the air real quick?
Sure.
So I don't know how Cody didn't get first because he had such an easy bracket. Cade Rotullo won first.
Okay.
How do you,
Yeah.
and then William Tackett. So I don't know.
So now you mentioned those names, and I think about one championship, and like a lot of male and female jiu-jitsu players are getting invited overseas. Would you ever do something like that? Would you ever travel internationally to, start to make the big bucks?
If I have the money.
Yeah. Well,
you get paid to do that.
They'll pay you to come. They'll pay you and pay, they'll fly you out and
you can win a $50K bonus like Danielle Kelly did.
Yeah. Right? Yeah, that was amazing.
I've been asked to fly to like not outside of the country, but pretty far, and I just haven't been able to because I'm not rich. I don't come from a rich family.
It's like you're at your expense. They want you to come out at your expense.
Yeah. Well, we're saying in a favorable environment. Like if somebody won championship.
Yeah, then I would 100% travel.
That's cool.
Now, you mentioned Trinity before, right? You guys are friends.
Yes.
Do you train together now? Are you?
So because she's pretty far from us, she's almost 2 hours away from her school. The only way I kind of see her is if she's throwing something at her gym or I'm throwing at something at my gym. Like last time I saw her was when she did the seminar, and I saw her for a good amount of time, but I definitely miss her a lot.
Yeah. You guys have trained together at length though before.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. And I think that's kind of like how I think you messaged us around that time we were having her on.
Okay.
Were you surprised that I extend you the invitation? Did you?
Yeah.
You were like, hey, I'd love to be on one day. I'm like, well, let's do it, and
and thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome. Well, it's that easy. And, when you look at, you start to look, look at your record and
it's an interesting story.
Yeah. Look, wow, you've got a lot going on, and it's, we do have a lot of, younger players that listen to the show. I know because I get the messages. I'm the one that's usually answering the messages. So it's, watch, I'm going to get a ton of kids now. Hey, we want to be on the show.
This is what the people want.
I respect it. It's we're always looking for, a new story. We're looking for something interesting. And
well, you've said it a million times. The point of this show is we're the jiu-jitsu dummies. We don't, it's easy. It's easy to be the show that always has the number one champion, the number one.
We don't really even go after, we're not chasing Gordon Ryan around.
Yeah, no.
It's like,
we're looking
those
for
things
good
will
stories.
happen. Yeah, we want a good story, interesting story, and it's nice to talk to somebody maybe not everybody knows, and then exposing them to a different audience.
And you guys are the future of jiu-jitsu as well. Yeah. Who you got again Rotulo and Mika Galvao at the finals of Worlds on their
kids.
Okay, I know. Yeah, they're 18 and 19-year-old black belts. It was both of their first black belt debut, right? Out of all of those black belts in that very competitive weight class, and you got an 18, 19-year-old 2 debut guys final. So it's the future is that's 3 years for you. Yeah. World class.
So
numero uno.
Tell me about your life outside of jiu-jitsu.
No pressure.
Do you have hobbies? What do you do?
So I'm really big into hair cosmetology. So
Me too. I'm big into hair.
So my plan for high school is to do the last 2 years of my high school is cosmetology, and then I love painting.
Really?
Anytime I can get a canvas in front of me, I'm always painting.
Okay.
So,
nice.
I'm a big outdoorsy person. I didn't really grow up with a lot of electronics, so I'm always outside, either playing with my little sister, playing with my dog. So.
What would you do if you weren't doing jiu-jitsu, or, well, what are you going to go to college for? Let's say that. So cosmetology in high school, but what do you see? What courses would you take, or what do you think you'd major in college?
If you get the scholarship.
If you get the wrestling scholarship.
Yeah. Probably business.
Yeah.
Smart. Everyone always says take a business course. It's very, it could really help you in the future. So I've kind of always listened to that advice, and I'll probably do business.
You're welcome.
Coachable.
I'm glad I was able to give you that advice.
Coachable.
I appreciate it.
Funny enough, my daughter's going to college this coming August.
Congratulations.
And thank you. And she's going in undecided. She doesn't know what she wants to do. And I told her, you're never going to go wrong with taking some type of business course, because no matter what you want to do, if there's a time in your life that you want to do that, like open your own business and do that thing, you're now going to have that in your back pocket. And it travels well across different disciplines.
It looks good. I think even if you just show up with a resume for like whatever it is that you're doing and it has some sort of business thing on there, it's just one of those things that just looks good.
Yeah.
And that's 9/10 of the job right there, is getting your foot in the door, in my personal opinion.
So I had a few emailed to me as well, but I think I chose almost all the ones that were online. So I have some listener questions for you. I'm not sure if you'll know these people. There's one that I know that you're going to know. I'll ask that one last. Let me see if I get their full name.
Remember,
this doesn't have his name. David, or Davotid. Devoted.
Really?
Devoted. How long has Sophie been training for, and what's her long-term goal?
So
kind of talked about that a little bit, but go ahead.
Yeah. So I've been training for 5.5 years, so kind of on the shorter end. And my long-term goal, I basically said this, but to own a gym with my dad.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Hey, that's 33% of your life at this current time. So it's not really, that's a lot. It's a third of your life. And the first third, you were learning how to walk and eat and not choke on stuff. So.
Okay, so we have Donald Twyford. Donald Twyford.
I can hear you.
You can tell me if you know these names, if they're familiar to you. When you were younger, what did your folks do to keep you going to the gym? Now, let me add on. He says, my kid is 7. They go 3 to 4 times a week, but I know soon he's going to be giving me the I don't want to go. Mm-hmm. What are some of the things that worked when you were younger that your parents did, what worked to get you to the gym?
Honestly, if my dad would always ask me, all right, so if you want to go to jiu-jitsu, and my answer was always yes. I never had to have my parents force me to go. I just did it on my free will. I mean, it's a sport that I honestly love. I have joy doing it. Yeah. And, it's not like a stressful thing where it's like, all right, I got to get up, go to jiu-jitsu now. Like, no, nothing like that. But I mean, with his kids, who this person is, don't force your kid to go to jiu-jitsu, because then you'll just make them hate it. I've seen a lot of parents do that too, especially teaching kids classes. You see a lot of that, and kids just being miserable. So don't force your kids to do it. If they like it, they like it. If they don't, switch into a new sport.
So I'm going to ask Miguel, how does that play into what you just said before about while you're under my roof, you're going to learn jiu-jitsu, or you're going to
learn how to defend yourself in any kind of way. As soon as she's old enough to learn to handle a weapon, which she's almost there, we're going to start. How old
is she now?
She's 9.
She's 9.
Yeah.
At 12, 13, 14, if she's like that, I don't want to do jiu-jitsu anymore. I just don't want to do this
anymore. You can't afford 2 hours out of a whole entire week.
That's the kind
my only deal with her is she only has to train twice a week.
Okay.
And trust me, sometimes it's once a week and sometimes she doesn't go. I'm not like a huge dick about it. Yeah, I'm not like that. But I'm teaching her more of a discipline thing, because like discipline is freedom in a way. Yeah. So it's like, I completely agree with you. Like, if my daughter's like, I don't feel good, or if she's pretending to not feel good, and I know she, like, for real, but like if she's pretending to not feel good, then I understand that that's a really, like, I really, really don't want to go.
Yeah.
And I get that. And I know she's going to get older, and I know her interests are going to change. But the point that I'm trying to teach is that she needs to be able to protect herself. Mm-hmm. Okay? Because I'm not always going to be there.
Yeah.
Right? And I also don't always want to be there. You know what I'm saying? She's got to be able to be by herself.
Yeah.
And like that would make me more proud than anything else. And so far, I feel like that's how I feel.
Okay.
Yeah. But she goes twice a week.
All right. So of our 4 questions, we asked one. I'm not going to go into one of them that we've kind of addressed a bit already. Mm-hmm. But our last question, I know you know this person, is the Teriyaki Terror BJJ.
I like that name.
Is that a girl or a guy?
That's a guy.
Is it an adult or is it a child?
It's an adult.
He's an adult. Okay.
I like
I
that.
just I like to get the visual,
Adult male.
His question is a hot dog a sandwich?
No.
No.
Hot dog is a sandwich.
Hot dog is not a sandwich.
Hot dog is a sandwich.
No, it's not.
Pull it up.
It's not a sandwich.
No, it
it's
doesn't.
a taco.
There's
No,
nothing.
in the dictionary, it is considered a sandwich.
All right. Where does that come
taco.
from? Obviously, there's something more there.
I like
Sophie,
teriyaki.
where does that come from?
I actually have no clue.
Oh.
I actually, on your guys' page, I read that comment. Obviously, I know it's him. I'm like, where did he get this?
He just wanted a free T-shirt. That's why.
Yeah.
He wants a T-shirt.
That's a
or
great
mug.
question. That's a good question.
He's
And
also a pretty silly dude.
I'm on
So
Team
I-
Teriyaki.
What?
Go ahead. Say again.
I said I'm on Team Teriyaki.
I don't know. I don't think a hot dog is not a hot dog. A hot dog is a hot dog.
A hot dog
Yeah,
is a
it's not a
sandwich.
sandwich.
You don't say.
Hey, hold on.
You-
I got an example
I've
for you.
never gone anywhere and
Hey.
said, "Oh, listen, I want a sandwich.
Hey.
Can you put a hot dog on
Hey.
that?
Yeah,
on
I
that sandwich?"
agree.
Senor. All right. Is a pit bull a dog?
Yes.
Is a chihuahua a dog?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, a ham sandwich is a sandwich, and a hot dog is a sandwich because that's what the dictionary says.
No, but that's just
Yeah,
different.
but a ham sandwich has the word sandwich in it.
You
A
never
hot-
put. You
Yeah,
don't
but
put.
it's a type of sandwich.
I think it because it's not on a sandwich
What about a sub?
bread.
What
It's
about
not
a
bre-
sub?
It's not on a sandwich bread.
What about a sub? A sub's not cut all the way.
Oh, what
a sub
about a
isn't a
hero?
sandwich? A sub is a sub. It's
It's a
hero.
submarine
What about a hero?
sandwich.
Yeah.
Okay.
hero.
Oh,
You
come
gotta
on,
leave
bro.
it that a hot dog is not a
I
sandwich.
don't know how
Okay.
to.
You're allowed to feel that
You want me
way.
to blow your mind? A hamburger's not a sandwich either. Is a hamburger a sandwich?
It's a sandwich.
It's a
yes.
hamburger. It's in a class.
It's
all
in
its own.
between.
That's technically
Yeah,
a
okay,
sandwich.
no, but that's what I'm saying. We're talking about like all dogs used to be wolves.
If you go
know what I mean?
if you go to a food truck
Yeah.
and said,
You don't have to say it, bro.
I'll take a, I didn't
Ground
want a
beef
hot dog
sandwich.
sandwich
Let me
today.
tell you something about Milton real quick. When
Dog
Milton
sandwich.
tells you what his Instagram handle is, he has to say @ All right?
Right? That's the way you do it.
You
isn't
don't
it?
got to do it.
Yeah.
No, it's implied.
I mean, it's the same way you got when somebody asks you what your website is. You say www.
You
No,
don't.
I'm just- I know.
Right. If I go up to a place that only sells tacos, I'm not even going to ask for a taco. I'm going to say 2 beef, 1 chicken. I don't even say taco.
Is a
And I
taco?
go-
Is
I
a
go-
taco a sandwich?
A taco. Taco is not a sandwich, but all Mexican food is the same. And they're tricking you. It's the same 7 ingredients in
That's
different
true.
formats.
That's true.
Chalupa's just a fried taco. A burrito's just a folded taco.
We should go get some tacos after this.
Or whatever.
You hungry?
Yeah. But all I'm saying is I'm going by what if we can't trust Merriam-Webster, then
Let's.
who can we trust?
Well, thank you, Teriyaki. I'll call him Teriyaki. I
Team-
don't know who
Team
this is.
Teriyaki.
What's this person's real name?
Why you put him
Ben.
out like that?
Ben.
Yep.
Thank
All
you for the question, Ben.
Big Ben, always on
Very
time.
enlightening.
Always on time.
All right, so we're gonna get into. I always say I'm not gonna call this
I have
speed
one-
round.
can
I
I-
don't know.
can I
I
ask the
haven't
one
named
question?
it anything else. We're gonna go into our speed round.
Can I ask the one question I wanted to ask
What?
her?
Yeah, go ahead.
Hey, so you teach kids classes and you are a kid. What's some advice you would give parents, even if the kid wants to go to jiu-jitsu or doesn't want to go to just general advice, because I know you all talk and you're in the game real deep. So like what advice do you have for parents of jiu-jitsu kids in general, whatever you want to say?
So if they're out of class, do not coach on the sideline. That is one of my biggest pet peeves ever.
So how do you handle that? Because we were talking about that and how I know how like I had to handle it way back in the day when I had a parent like following his kid. It was a 4-year-old. It was like he wouldn't just let him on the mat. He would like come walk out on the mat. Now I'm like a white belt training, doing a kids class. I didn't know what to say to him. What do you say to a parent? Like, get off the mat? You know, how do you tell them to like shut up and be quiet, or you kind of can't?
Death stare.
So there's usually two
Death
different
stare.
ways I handle it. I'll either like go to my dad and tell him, or the owner, and then they'll handle it, just because it's a little weird having a 15-year-old talk to a parent and be like, yo, you can't be doing this anymore.
Yeah.
And they usually don't respect it. So I'll usually get the owner or my dad or another coach and make them talk, or I give them this look, almost like a, okay, now stop talking, please.
Mhm.
Like because it always happens when I'm teaching their kid in front of them, and they'll just like talk over me. So I'll look towards them and like stare at them a little.
Yeah.
They're like, okay now.
Oh, she's gonna
You don't
come
get a
choke me.
discount. You don't get a discount for you teaching.
Yeah.
You still got to pay the same amount. Let me do my job.
How about let's extend that to competition? Have you ever been? Have you taken kids to competition where you've been the coach on the sidelines?
So I've only done that like once, maybe.
Did you like it? Was it fun?
It was, honestly. I get really into it.
Yeah.
Me too. I did it for the first time this weekend.
I did it a couple of times as, again, my coach, the owner's like assistant coach. We did do a couple of new breeds, and back then they would like leave us alone, like sit on the mat at the edge of the mat, and let two coach. A lot of times they're like one coach, right? Well, they would let us, and we would just go. That was the most fun that I had. I would tell the kids, I'm like, we're gonna like just listen to us. We're gonna tell you exactly what to do, like a chess piece. You know, we're gonna go here, put your foot. If you listen to us, if you could look at us even better, if without like looking away. That was like one of the. I look back. I saw a picture came up in my feed the other day of us on the podium with the kids. That was one of my most favorite times ever in any jiu-jitsu setting.
It's dope.
Period.
Yeah, man, it's dope.
It was awesome.
It's a good thing.
So do you? So you did it the once? Do you have the parents yelling and screaming on the side?
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Instruction,
You can't stop that.
Yeah.
I'm always screaming something stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm always like super stupid. I'm like, stand them up. This is boring.
A hot dog is a sandwich.
Hot dog is a sandwich. So is a burger.
All right. So we're going to get into our speed round. A horrible name for a segment, but because we're going to elaborate on these. So I know we talked about it, but we're going to go down our list. What's your preference? Gi or no gi?
No gi.
No
Okay.
way.
Takedown or pull guard?
Both.
Okay. Oh,
Both.
both. Not
Both.
pull guard.
Both of them.
Tell me more. So I know, like you said, you've talked about, we saw your fight. Didn't you? More of a guard puller, though.
She said until she learned wrestling.
Until you learn wrestling. Okay.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. I'll always guard pull if wrestling isn't working at that time. So, I mean, I always got both options.
Dude,
Yeah.
that is like such a next level answer at its most simplest form.
What's your go-to takedown? What do you like?
Single.
Single leg?
Yep.
All right. Respect.
Hell yeah. Run the pipe or high
No,
up or high up and trip.
Yeah, I always bring it up to my armpit and then.
Nice.
Oh, man.
All right. So do you watch jiu-jitsu? And I want to clarify this. Like, do you watch, like, are you glued to Flow Grappling on a Friday night when when you're at home and they're in like Texas or across the country? You're watching.
Just a fan.
I'm always watching.
Are you watching all 3 hours of fights?
Yep.
Do you watch UFC fights too? Nah.
UFC, I used to a lot more, but I mean, that's a fighting thing. I'm not really into it.
Yeah.
I gotcha.
Do you study tape when if you have a super fight? Are you studying tape on the other person?
I kind of leave that up to my coaches.
Okay.
I kind of like, if you ever ask my dad, I'm like, don't even tell me their name. Don't tell me anything about
Really?
them. I just kind of like to go in there like, all right,
Play your
like,
game.
match,
Okay.
I think once I get more like high level and going to like the big tournaments, then I'll start doing that more. But for like the more of like the lower level tournaments, I'm just kind of like, I just walk in there.
I think that's wise. At a higher level, I think the most information you could get without it messing with your psychology for the sport, it's the best for you. Especially if somebody's a specialist too. You wouldn't go into, a grappling match with like, let's say a Rotulo brother and then not know that if they're letting you pass the side control so they could buggy you, that type of thing. That's knowledge is power at that point. Stay in half guard.
Miguel, you take the next question.
Who is your favorite competitor to watch?
Ooh. If I had to choose, I'll do girl boy.
Fair.
So
Dale.
I can't just pick one because for me that's just not possible. If I had to choose like a boy, I would probably choose Keith Rikorian. Not only just because like he's a friend of mine, but I mean his matches are insane.
Okay.
Like the thing that he had for combat jiu-jitsu. I mean, his matches were like phenomenal in my opinion.
Is he the guy that just knocked somebody out the other day?
No,
That's
that
not him?
was, I feel like that was Damien.
I forget. Maybe it's an older video, but I just saw
No,
somebody.
it's
talking
recent.
about this new
Yeah,
one?
it's
Yeah.
recent.
For
Yeah.
the combat, it was Damien.
So you like combat jujitsu?
I like watching it.
No. That's
You know
what
the follow-up question.
That's what I meant. That's what I meant. I know you already said you're not into getting this messed up.
Yeah.
You're into cosmetology.
It's the moneymaker, you know? Come on. So we know what we ask the question.
She didn't say the
oh,
girl.
I'm sorry.
She
Go
didn't say
ahead.
the girl.
My
Oh, yeah.
apologies.
For girl, probably Danielle Kelly.
She's
Trinity's one.
yeah.
I mean, there's so many to choose from.
Dude, Danielle Kelly looks like she would 100% suck at any combat sport, like physically,
She's
and just does amazing jujitsu.
yeah.
Like it
Mhm.
doesn't even look right. Like, no, what I mean
Like
is
that-
like she'll get into a position and you're like, where's she going with that?
Yeah.
And she's got different paths. She's got very creative paths between. She's always submission hunting, which is always
Yeah.
awesome to watch. It's not like I'm gonna get to side control to hold you here for a little bit. It's like if she's in side control, she's trying to like break your elbow somehow.
It's our tiny jeans.
Yeah.
Just by the way, if anybody knows Danielle, we've been trying to get in touch with her to come on the show.
She knows it.
Do you know her personally?
Oh yeah, we're
Yeah.
like best friends.
Are you serious or are you messing around?
Yeah.
No, she's not messing
Oh,
around.
really?
Yeah.
Tell her to answer her damn instant messages, her DMs. No, actually, our Brit who reached out to you has been trying to reach her and to get her on the show.
She's got $50K to spend, bro. Leave her
I
alone.
don't know if maybe we're not big enough for her now, but
After this, I'm on it. I'll
All right.
contact.
let her know.
We
Send her a
appreciate it.
message. Open up a chat.
That's
But,
business. That's
we
business.
really no lie. I mean, we've tried to reach her. I don't think that
She's responded to a
I've-
lot of my messages.
she hasn't responded to.
Oh, but I never
to
ask
Brits
about
and
the
mine.
podcast. Yeah.
So like sometimes Britt will reach out to somebody who I might say like, hey, I'd really like to have them on the show. Britt does her own thing. I only tell her every once in a while like, hey, I'd like to have this person on or this person back on. With you had reached out. I looked at your stuff. I'm like, oh yeah, let's do it. I sent it to her. I said, reach out. And I don't know that I think I asked her about Danielle because she's like, yeah, I've messaged her a bunch of times. She doesn't respond. Tear emoji. But I'd like to have her on. Especially we're talking a lot about one championship lately. It would be really nice to get her perspective.
Dude, it'd be so dope to just go over there and watch one of those things.
Yeah.
The energy looks so nice over there.
Just by the way, this is a side
and
note
the food.
I do have permission to go to Vegas to go to ADCC.
All right.
Just so you know,
Are you going to be mysterious about this? Mysterious Milton?
I'll do this with. We probably could have saved this for later, but
We'll save it for later.
Sean, one of our sponsors is sponsoring ADCC Flow and Roll, and
Okay.
he's got like 20 tickets.
Yeah.
And we've talked about he might do some giveaways. I hope I'm not. Everyone's going to call him for tickets now.
Yeah.
And we talked about maybe like going out. Like if he was going to set up, we would drive out with him. Right? We talked to him about it.
I told you my hall pass already
I
signed.
don't know that he's going to go, but I've talked to him. I said, hey, let's get on a plane and go.
Yeah.
Instead of driving with bringing the shirts and gear. I threw it out there. I don't know.
Dude,
I
we
guess
could do a
we've gotta-
pod.
I mean, it's got.
What if we fill up a U-Haul pod and then have the pod delivered ahead of time?
What do you mean?
A pod. You know the pods? You
okay.
could get, like, U-Haul has pods now?
You got to. Yeah, but I don't know that he could be without his gear because he's also got to fill orders and other, online orders and things like that. I don't know. That's him. That's a
Dale,
conversation.
I don't
happening.
know.
But I would want to go. I that's an awesome opportunity. I
That's
want to go.
awesome.
I have permission
So do I.
from my wife to.
Bro, we
to go.
got
Just
we
kidding.
got families to take care of.
Yeah,
You.
no.
It's not asking permission,
But
but
I
it's
would,
like
like I
it's
told
just
her, I'm like,
work.
I would go to, I'm not going to go to hang out in Vegas. But if we weren't going with him, driving with him because he was going to set up, we
Yeah.
could go. I then probably take my wife and talk to you about taking
my hall
taking
pass.
wives.
My hall pass is signed at work and at home.
All right, cool. I don't know.
I got a very supportive family at work and a very supportive family at home.
Okay. So who would you like to fight next?
Anyone. Honestly.
Anyone? No call
Anyone
outs?
my belt.
Are you somebody
Did
that,
you say
that
somebody
does
your
call
belt?
outs?
Yeah. I get a lot of people or like promoters just because like I'm like kind of known locally in jiu-jitsu world. So they're always like, oh, you've been doing this for a while. You're pretty good. You can go against a purple belt, almost brown belt. And like, I don't want to start off my blue belt journey like that because when I got my blue, I haven't done any tournaments as a blue belt. So I kind of want to take a chill pill and just kind of like go against someone like my level. So especially since it'll be against women now and not girls. So
Yeah, it's a different story.
Have you done any fight to wins? And I'm sorry, I don't know the answer to that already. Have you done any fight to wins?
I have not.
Yeah.
No.
Seth, what's
Yeah,
up?
Seth, man. You need
Legit.
get a
I mean,
dog
I've gotten
in there.
an occasional message of somebody that's been on and said, "Oh, I got a call after the podcast for this thing," or "I got a message."
Oh, that's dope.
You never know.
Really?
I mean, we have, I always we
I
haven't
don't
talked about
know.
Jacob in a
He
long
would
time.
know.
Jacob the Bull. I mean, we set him up with Jits King when they started doing more like
That dude's a
he did a
monster,
super
man.
fight. He's amazing. How that
wow.
kid is not on more radars, I don't know. But he did the podcast. And
Okay,
we hooked him up directly. We
That
said,
kid-
hey, Jits Kings, come on, you got.
He's swimming in a sea of sharks, bro. He trains at AOJ.
Yeah.
You know? So think about
with
everybody.
Cole, right?
Cole Abate just won Worlds at Purple debut,
Mm-hmm.
you know?
Yeah.
And you have, Durante just got, or DARPA, whatever his name is. I watch all of his videos and I can't pronounce his name. Like, that dude's a monster, you know? Like, AOJ right now, like, top level IBJJF guys are, and that only tells you how good Jacob is.
So if you don't have somebody that you know that you'd like to fight, who's somebody famous? You've already trained with some famous people, but who's somebody famous that you'd like to train with?
Because it is hard to find people my size because I am on the tinier side. I'm only like 120. When I was at studio, Trinity and Danielle were my #1 training partners. So I would say them.
Okay. Do you do like what are they called, one-on-ones? Like
That's a super fight.
no. I'm not training. Like
Personals.
do you ever do like one-on-one session? Like do you ever like there are people who
Like
would
private?
pay not only like I'm sure like
Privates, yeah,
kids
that's
might
what
pay
they're
you
called.
private. Do you ever do privates with higher level competitors?
I actually don't.
Yeah.
No. I don't think I've ever done one of them.
I've had
Like a high-
we've had a couple of like high level black belts that like hell yeah I still do privates. We're talking about AOJ, Toma Alroy, who's from Israel. He comes to the U.S. He'll like kind of do like I don't want to call it a tour, but he'll go around the U.S. and go to different competitions, try to get some things that are happening at the same time, and then he would go out to AOJ and do privates with the owners.
Yeah.
I can't say both of the owners. I forget which.
The Mendez brothers?
I forget which Mendez brother he usually goes in and does privates with. But he's just like,
That's so
absolutely.
dope.
He's like, that's part of my, budget. And, that's his thing. He's like, I'm going to always do that.
You know what I secretly hope is happening? I hope that both Mendez brothers want to have the private, but one of them is like, he's only allowed to have privates with me. And he doesn't let the other Mendez brother have it.
If I'm being honest, I'm more of like a seminar person. Like I'll do seminars like any day, but privates, I don't know. I
Yeah.
just never do them for some reason.
Yeah.
I don't
think I've ever done a private, in our school with Felipe, he's just like the private is just like, grab me on a Saturday.
Yeah.
Just grab me on a Saturday. I'll work on whatever you want on Saturday. So it's like,
I think it's weird to do jiu-jitsu when other people aren't doing jiu-jitsu.
what do you mean?
Like I don't
Explain.
I don't ever see myself like in an empty room with just one other person doing jiu-jitsu.
You never come
It's
to my house
weird.
and roll.
I
in the
will.
garage?
I will. I was just gonna let you know it's gonna feel weird. I did that
Yeah.
with Junior not too long ago. Shout out to Junior and to Drew who was talking to him
Was it
earlier
weird?
today.
Did you-
No, like it wasn't weird, but in my head it was weird.
Did he put a candle on like on the side? And, like,
No,
Come on in.
no, he put the whooping on. That's what he
Yeah.
put on. Yeah, he was getting it.
All right, Miguel. I'm gonna let you do the honors.
Oh, before I do the
big
honors,
ass
I got
question.
one more question.
Oh shoot, go ahead.
How the hell did you get the name the dog?
Oh yeah,
How
how come we didn't
was
ask that in the
that?
beginning, right?
Huh?
That was my dad. A couple days after I was born, he's given all of my siblings.
After you were born?
Yeah, like a couple days after. He's given all of my siblings nicknames, but he got it because like I was always attached to him, like a little puppy, attached to their parent. So I just got the dog, and I've gotten so used to it. I mean, 15 years getting called by that nickname.
Yeah.
It was just
So
like,
how does he say that nickname? Like,
He's like, hey, yo, dog.
call the dog for dinner. Tell the
dog.
dog that dinner's on the table. How does that work? How does it sound?
honestly, like, say we're in, like, I don't know, we're in a grocery store. Just be like, dog, go get that. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, it's so casual for me, but other people are like, there's a dog in here?
Yeah.
Like, what?
That's dope.
My oldest daughter, I've been calling her Monk since she was like could walk.
Okay.
I just call her Monk. Sometimes I don't even
and
realize
it's not
it.
from like Monkey or anything.
It's
just
from Monkey. It's
okay.
because when I
thought
was
maybe she was like super like peaceful.
I was a very young dad. I'm gonna make myself sound bad as much as I think this story sounds cute, but I was a young dad. I was living at home. I was not with my daughter's mother, and my parents and my sister lived at, she was older, she lived at home as well, and they would be like, they wanted my daughter's attention, so they wanted to, when she came over for the weekends, because I had her every weekend even as a 19-year-old kid, they would be like, you should go out with your friends. So like I'd go out like drinking with my friends. Well, they were like, here's my mom encouraging me to go out. Meanwhile, any other time they'd be like, why are you going out every night? So just so they could like totally take care of her, give her a bath, do her hair, play makeup. And I would wake up on a Sunday morning like hungover, and they'd be like, here, you know?
Wow.
And so the most fun thing that I could do was I would lay on the floor, like lay on my stomach, and she would just climb all over me. And it was funny, she'd always like sit on my head. So I would just be like, I called her Monkey, and then as she got older, I
That's
called
not
her
bad.
Monk for
That's
short.
cute, bro.
Yeah, but you know,
Bro, you were a kid.
I was so
You were a
hungover,
kid.
I'd lay
Yeah,
on the
but you
floor
were-
and
you
let
were a
my daughter
kid. You were
play.
a kid. You were a kid.
I was a kid. I
Whatever,
was a kid with
bro.
the kid.
I could
But
see
that's
that.
that's how she got I called her Monkey. Her mom called her Monkey too, but like completely
Hey,
separate reasons.
If you're the dog, what are the other siblings? What are the other
So-
nicknames?
My older sister kind of got the short end of the stick. She's just called Pal. That's
Pal.
her nickname. But then my little sister, who's 7, her nickname's Monster. Because
Wow.
she's literally insane.
So wait, was that there's
3.
three girls?
Yeah, 3
Yeah.
girls.
Oh.
God hates your dad.
Did you hear that?
What?
I said God hates your dad.
Hey, he likes all the girls. in
No,
the
for
house.
sure. I love girls, man.
I
got one each.
I have 2.
I got a boy and a girl. I got this weird feeling that like girls are really easy to take care of in the front end, and then it's gonna get difficult.
Yeah.
And then boys are very difficult to take care of in the front end,
And then you don't worry about
and then
them
you
too
don't
much.
worry about it later.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's definitely a different experience, man. You get a different package.
I'm gonna say all the guys, all the dads that I know that have all girls, definitely, I'll say it this way, they definitely dated a lot when they were younger. And this is the universe's
The
way of
karma?
saying, remember what you did? Here's all girls.
Oh man,
Now you got to deal with it.
Dad was a stud.
I'll have to ask him that question.
Yeah. What are your numbers, Dad? How many girls did you
Yeah,
date?
sorry, Dad. We threw it out there.
All right.
You want to hit him with the last one? Hit her.
All right. Whenever you do wear it, do you wash your belt?
No,
There you go.
Oh,
absolutely not.
Sophie.
She only
What?
wears it once a year.
You're probably right.
She's-
Washing your belt, I mean, I always wash my gi, always wash my no gi stuff. Like that would be disgusting if I didn't do that.
Yeah.
But your belt, I mean, it's like you're like washing away your hard work, you know?
Hot dog is
no.
a sandwich.
I'm sorry.
Wash your
Ugh.
belt.
But it gets dirty. It's a piece of material, like Miguel always says. It's a piece of material. It
Just
should be
spray-
washed.
Spray some Febreze on it. You're good.
I've been guilty of that. I'm not gonna lie.
You know, and as I think back, I went to the gym last night and my gloves smelled, but
Yeah.
they kind of have like leather on them, so I don't.
You went to like the
I
workout
wash
gym
them
or
like
jiu-jitsu
once
gym?
every 2 years. They smelled so bad that I just like put them on top of this little kind of
Like a rack?
crate in a closet, and I sprayed them like very aggressively with like Lysol, and I just threw them in there.
You should
Wash
just-
your belt.
I wash my belt.
Every single time. I'll just get a new one if it gets bad.
Really?
Yeah.
Up until purple, I always had one belt. I maybe like I switched belts, but now I have 2 belts that I kind of go back and forth between. And if now it's like maybe once a month. I've been hurt, so I haven't trained for actually a couple of months now. But
Mhm.
up until recently, until that happened, I just kind of go back and forth, and then every once in a while, just throw one in the wash.
I don't smell good like ever. Even like after I shower.
I gotta do like
I
a-
stink always.
We had a guest on that told me this, and then I tried it, and then like one of the most popular videos I think I ever posted on social media was like just showing just like videotaping my hand putting the belt into the washer
The washing machine.
and it causes so much controversy. I got that from
It's like a hate crime.
God,
All the black belts are like,
who's BJJ after 40?
yeah.
I forget his. I'm so sorry.
He just had another. He's 50 now, boy.
Yeah, is he?
Yeah.
He
I think
does
so.
that. He puts it in. I wanted to do I think I did some music with it, but like I just wanted to do like somebody screaming like
Oh,
you,
like the
put it
Hollywood,
in.
the Hollywood famous scream, whatever that is.
I just cut the video, but I don't know why. I mean, we know why it's controversial because old school guys.
She's not old school, man. What's your
No.
juju with it?
Well, she did say like it's like you're washing away.
What?
I mean, old school is like you're washing away the knowledge and the blood and sweat of your opponent. Am I wrong? Is that what you're saying?
I mean, I grew up with a couple older professors, so I don't know. Maybe they passed that on to me.
They definitely did.
I respect your decision, but I don't
Thank
agree.
you.
But I don't agree with it.
All right, Sophie, listen, we're gonna let you go. I want to thank you so much for coming on, but I do want to give you an opportunity to shout out any of your sponsors or say hello to anyone or to invite Danielle Kelly on the show.
Yeah, I mean, I just want to say thank you to my main sponsor. Have it right here, Alex B from Clay, Eat Clean Bro from Jamie, Defense, and then Fight Back CBD.
Very cool. Fight
Eat-
Back used
eat
to
clean,
used to work
bro.
with the show.
I think I gave him a follow
Oh,
this
and-
morning.
Wait, and Mixology, of course.
Mixology.
Okay. And I know that you have those all on your
IG.
Instagram, right? You
Yeah.
can go visit your Instagram, which is
Sophie.dog922.
there you go.
There you
and I
go.
know he's gonna say, look, she
I'm
didn't
not
say
gonna
the
say-
at.
I'm
She
not
didn't
gonna say
at.
nothing. I'm not gonna say nothing. It speaks for itself.
All right, now Sophie, we're gonna say goodbye, but don't hang up because we're gonna come take some pictures by the screen.
My favorite
So a
part.
little promo, okay? But again, appreciate you coming on. Thank you so much for doing this with us.
It was super
Yes.
fun.
All right,
Thank you guys
take
so
care.
much.
All right.
Thank you to Neutral Zone CBD, a combat family-owned company that supports athletes and the people who love them. Neutral Zone strives to deliver clean CBD products for sports recovery in gummies, lotions, balms, roll-ons, and more. After a competition, a hard rolling session, or a tough day on the job, Neutral Zone has a product designed to help you reduce inflammation, increase cell rejuvenation, and may even help with aging joints. Visit NeutralZoneCBD.com and get 25% off your order with code JJD. And follow them on Instagram too, at MyNeutralZone. Jiu-Jitsu's favorite monthly subscription box has now joined the Jiu Jitsu Dummies Podcast. The BJJ box is delivered to your door filled with premium jiu-jitsu and grappling apparel, equipment, supplements, supplies, snacks, and more. The crew at the BJJ box find the best in the world of jiu-jitsu and guarantee every box to be worth more than the cost. Each box includes 4 to 7 items you're going to love. Visit thebjjbox.com and use code JJD10 to get $10 off your very first box. And give them a follow on Instagram at TheBJJBox. All of us here at the Jiu Jitsu Dummies would like to thank the entire crew over at Flow and Roll for their tremendous support. They're renowned for their incredible t-shirt designs, and they've got something for everyone. Flow and Roll quickly rose up to become the premier custom apparel provider for academies, big or small, throughout the United States. Shoot them an email about your custom order, flowandroll@gmail.com, and they'll be more than happy to get you hooked up. Check them out on Instagram at flow_n_roll for samples of their gi and no-gi kits. They conveniently offer flexible payment options too. Head over to flowandroll.com for more details, and while you're there, pick up a Jiu Jitsu Dummies signature tee, now exclusively at flowandroll.com. And remember, you'll get 20% off your online purchase of t-shirts, rash guards, or gis with code JJD. Special thanks to George Hernandez, Claims Adjuster. Have you experienced damage in your residential or commercial property in the states of Florida or Texas from flood or fire, storms, theft and vandalism, even sinkholes, just to name a few? Don't get stressed out dealing with your insurance provider. Call George Hernandez today and let the professionals get you the most compensation possible. Visit HernandezClaims.com or call 305-712-6751 to get help now. And stay in touch with them on Instagram at HernandezClaims. Hi. There you go.
All right. You can break it down.
I thought you were passing it to me.
Thank you again to Sophie. That's pretty right. Impressive young lady, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Easily. Yeah.
We're back.
You
Just
know
so
what?
Oh, you went right
know.
into it.
I know.
We're back, Miguel. Do you want to start over?
No. I was just thinking about.
'cause
I was thinking if it was okay for me to say
It's
something.
good. I'll
If you had to think, if it's okay, don't say it.
No, I meant in terms of just like she reminds me a lot of my daughter. Like
Okay, what's wrong with that?
nothing.
It's
It's just like the cosmetology thing, like and the art thing. Like that's what my girl's into.
You said
like,
something the other
big
day.
time.
You were talking about like sometimes I'm watching UFC, my wife's watching something with headphones, my son is playing video games, and then I remember you
She's
said my daughter
painting.
is like doing music or painting. So she's
painting.
creative.
Oh yeah, she makes bracelets. She does all that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes she
Does she like
do
to
stuff
paint
on
or
me.
draw?
All of it.
creative
All of it.
soul.
She's got like a 7-foot long table. It's like a craft table in her
yeah?
bedroom.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
Very
and she'll
cool.
like make stuff out of like I believe she made like a bunch of her Barbies. Like she loves fashion. She made a bunch of her
Okay.
Barbies. Like all new dresses, all out of like toilet paper and different medium. Like she like made like real legit cool looking dresses. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah. It was dope.
Yeah,
You know, but just like that, but still a killer. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
There's a little dog in her,
I'm
you know?
I'm super impressed. She was, I will sometimes watch or listen to podcasts, and I know when like I'm like, I'm so happy when they're.
Yeah.
I don't want to say the words talkative, but that they're engaged. They're engaged and engaging. Like it's not 1 or 2 word answers. It's like they're speaking eloquently about.
That's how you know they like
jiu-jitsu
what
from their
they
point
do.
of view.
She loves the sport.
That's how you
For
know
sure.
she really genuinely loves the sport.
Yeah.
Unless there's points involved.
All right,
Unless there's points
unless
involved.
No points.
No points.
So I got we got some gifts for you guys. I'm gonna do the opening so that
I love it, dude. That when you make that slap sound, it's like the identical slap sound from the Salt and Pepper song. Whip it. Is it? Whip
This
it.
is we got some gear from
Epic Roll. Hey, congratulations on your brand new Tesla.
It's
pretty dope.
To Matt. Thank you, Matt.
He knows who I'm talking
Roll.
to. That was for him.
This is Bo. This is yours.
Oh, that's cool.
All right.
I like round.
I don't know if you guys
Who's watching?
If you
He
guys
was
don't remember,
watching,
it's been a while since we had him on.
Yeah.
But I think
That's
I might have
cool, too.
I might have chose your design. I know you chose.
I chose
that.
this,
You remember?
yeah.
You got to
Helio's
choose your
watching.
design.
That's cool. Too.
I don't know if I had if I told Bo to end the back.
You know what tomorrow
I
is
like-
for me?
I like round. I like circle logos like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're very cool.
You know what tomorrow is for
And
me?
look, so I've been wearing mine.
North South.
As soon as I saw North South, that's my
Helio approves.
my signature move. My favorite move, my favorite finish. So, Matt, where am I at, Bo? Matt, thank you very much. We very much appreciate you. Thank you for coming on the show.
Yeah, man.
We're gonna do it again one day. Love what you have going on. If you guys,
I'm gonna buy a house from you one
check
day.
him out. It's Epic Roll BJJ on
Yeah.
Instagram.
Yeah.
I didn't say the at.
I know. It's
at
because
that.
you're.
Look at me.
You know what? You're coachable.
I'm all grown.
Yeah.
I'm
You're
all
all.
grown
You're
up
getting
now.
younger.
Cleaning the crust
You're
out of
getting.
my eyes,
You're getting
Michelle.
younger. That's a good thing. I really do like that about you, Milton.
What's that?
That
I'm
you
getting younger
take
every day?
you take constructive criticism when it makes sense.
Got to.
Yeah.
Got to.
You're
And same with-
adaptable.
Yeah.
You're like water.
Let's not get into a Bruce Lee segment. All right, so again,
I can't get enough of that.
listen. Thank you to Sophie. Thank you to our sponsors.
Yeah.
Thank you to Epic Roll for the gifts. We really
Yeah.
appreciate it. Check me out at Uncle Milty BJJ. That's my personal IG. I also handle the Instagram for the podcast. It's Jiu Jitsu Dummies. And check out our TikTok at Jiu Jitsu Dummies Podcast.
Is that what it is?
Got to add podcast.
I don't
in
have
there.
TikTok
At Jiu Jitsu Dummies Podcast.
for sure. Chick chock.
We had we're actually
Yeah, how about Mellow, huh?
like probably by the time this year's it'll probably be over 150. It's like 140. But yeah, like a Tony Mello little snippet
Yeah.
was
Dude, if you somehow find the way to combine heel hooking white belts and washing belts,
Oh yeah,
like if you find a way to combine that into a TikTok, you might break the
Yeah.
algorithm.
maybe.
Yeah,
Maybe.
because those are the most two controversial.
Anybody out there that's gotten like 200,000-300,000, 500,000, they're just like whatever, 130.
Whatever.
That's good for us.
Yeah,
That's good. We're
we're
building.
a humble little podcast.
You got an old 48-year-old man running the
Yeah.
TikTok. We don't put out the funny. Well, we got to do something funny again. We got
I
to do something
enjoyed it.
silly.
We did
I got to
the
get
thing.
like your next list 20 whatevers in.
That was
or
organic,
list
you know.
as many this whatevers in 20 seconds.
Whatever happens, happens.
All right,
you know.
we'll do it again.
Yeah, for
All
sure.
right, hit him with your IG.
Oh, it's JJD. It's JJD_DJJ69.
Well,
BADWERKS.
all right, everybody.
Bad
Thank
works.
you for watching and listening. Peace, love, jiu-jitsu, baby.
Peace. Love.
Jiu-jitsu.